Now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Riskin versus Robinson. Step forward.
26-year-old Noah Riskin is suing his ex-girlfriend, 22-year-old Lindsay Robinson, for her share of a backpacking trip through Europe. Lindsay claims the trip was a gift.
Mr. Riskin, Miss Robinson used to be your girlfriend.
Correct.
And it is your claim that you took a backpacking trip to Europe.
Yes.
And you advanced some money for Miss Robinson, who was supposed to pay you back.
Correct.
Miss Robinson says the trip was a treat, your treat, and there was never any discussion about paying you back for the trip. And she is counterclaiming. She alleges you have some property of hers, a baby book, and she wants some punitive damages because she says you are stalking her. How long were you a couple?
For 7 months.
From when to when?
From mid-June, I believe it was, up until Valentine's Day.
And when was the trip?
We left on January 20th, returned February 19th.
So you were really a couple from June until January, because when I understand from reading your papers that when you took this trip, you each went your own way for a good part of the trip. You traveled independently. It wasn't a romantic getaway for the two of you, right?
Correct.
You didn't live together, did you?
We did.
You were living together?
Yes.
You had enough of each other from June to January. You wanted to be a little separated?
My intention of going to England and Scotland was to backpack, to go as many places as I could. Lindsay told me that she wanted to get a feel for life out there and stay in York for a week or two.
Wonderful. Terrific. How come you advanced the money?
Lindsay came up to me after the tickets were purchased and said that she had talked to some friends of her back home, and they told her that she needed roughly $1,000 American dollars per week, conversion rate being about 51 cents per pound. I'm sorry, $1 per 51 pence.
Oh, please, let's move on.
She did not have that money. I offered a loan.
I asked you what was said. Don't say I said to her, I will give you a loan. I want to hear what was said by her and what was said by you. Do you understand? And if it doesn't sound right, it's usually not true, Mr. Riskin. You get it?
I did.
Good.
So I went ahead and loaned her the $2,500.
Okay, Miss Robinson, since he can't get it together, I want you to tell me how it came about that you, A, took money from him for the tickets, and B, took money from him for spending. I think it was $2,500.
Yes.
Tell me how it came about.
He told me he was going. I told him I couldn't go with him. He asked me to go. I said I don't.
I want you to keep your voice up and speak slowly so that I can hear you.
Okay. He said he was going to Europe on a backpacking trip. I said, I can't go with you. I was going to use the month to move out anyway. He said, go with me, go with me.
You were going to use the what? I don't hear you. Okay, Miss Robinson, I want you to tell me how it came about that you took money from him for the tickets and took money from him for spending.
The month that he was going, I said I'm going to move out and see where it goes from there. So
Look at me.
I told him to let me know when he bought the tickets and I would make a decision because he kept asking and asking. So when I called him, he said he bought 2 tickets. I'd said no and he bought the ticket anyway. As far as money goes, I told him, well, I still don't have the money to go, and he offered to give me money for that too. We went to the bank together. He deposited it into my account.
What's wrong with you?
I listened to him, I guess.
No, you didn't listen to him, I guess. If you were not happy with him and if you were moving out, why did you take all that money from him?
Because...
Because why?
Because I thought he was doing a nice thing. He told me it was going to be a gift, and I believed him. And he told me he didn't want the money back.
That's not my question to you. I'm talking about being a moral person. Let's say I believe you, which I'm not sure I do. Let's say I believe you. Why would you, since you knew that he was anxious for you to go, since you knew that he was anxious for you, perhaps not to break up this relationship that you had had for 7 months, why would you, knowing what you knew, take money from him? Because as soon as you came back, you broke up, right? Right?
Before we got back, we broke up.
Well, before, but you already got yourself there on his ticket, and you already had $2,500 of his money.
Yeah.
Well, that's wrong.
I know. I know. I thought it was something that it wasn't, and I should have listened to my gut. I thought we had an understanding, and we didn't.
What kind of understanding?
We discussed it before, and we had the understanding that it wasn't going to be romantic, that we were both going to go our separate ways, and that it was a gift. Because I told him I couldn't go over and over, and he insisted that he wanted to do something nice for me. He called my dad and told him about it. He told my best friends about it. Knowing that we would break up, he told them that. And so I thought we had an understanding.
Yeah, I want to tell you something. If it doesn't make sense, it's usually not true. What nice thing had you done for him?
I don't know. I was with him. I mean...
Well, he was with you. You mean
exactly.
that's a gift that you were with him?
We just had...
What kind of spectacular thing do you have that other people don't have?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing. I didn't think so. I mean, what do you bring to the table that millions of other people don't bring? Why in the world would you think that he would invest a whole bunch of money in taking you away if he didn't think that by doing that, perhaps you could rekindle your relationship?
That's what he did think. I know it is.
Then you did the wrong thing by taking it, knowing that it wasn't going to work.
I didn't... Okay.
How much was the ticket?
The ticket was $531.
And how much cash did you give her?
$2,500.
Okay. Forget the incidentals. You're lucky we're going where we're going. Do you understand? I'm going to hear your counterclaim. And I must tell you, Miss Robinson, I have other things to do today. You want your baby book back?
I want my... Yes.
Why did you take her baby book?
The baby book was actually left. When she had moved out, she left everything that she did not want. A number of magazines, old shoes, etc. that she did not want. She just left them for me to clean up. I found them, and I did notify her that I had these items. She has not made any effort to pick them up for me, to send anyone to pick them up. I still have them.
What are they?
A baby book and a childhood photo album that I saved from the trash pile.
Why did you leave them?
That's not true. First of all, I got home and all my stuff was on the porch the same night we got back. He locked me out so that I couldn't get in and took my key. Everything that was on the porch, I took. Everything that wasn't mine, like the magazines, I left there, yeah, because he threw it all on the porch. So
On what date?
that would be the 19th, the night of the 19th, the night we got back.
What else?
He basically, after the breakup, I don't know what happened, but he became very different. He would show up at my work at least twice a week and
Yes? And what?
And just hover around. He would pull friends out of work and tell them about everything that happened between us, and...
Well, get over it. You owe him $3,031. Your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, I'm very happy. Obviously, the money isn't going to anything except back to the credit card.
I'm really just glad it's over. It's something I put behind me now, so it's good.
Cynthia Aseltine and her daughter, 19-year-old Danielle Ireland, are suing Cynthia's former landlord, Sidney Neese, for the return of a security deposit, moving expenses, and damages from an assault.
All rise. Now it's case number 40 on the calendar in the matter of Aseltine Ireland versus Nice. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Who is Miss Ireland?
I'm Miss Ireland.
Aselton?
Aseltine is my mother.
Miss Aseltine, according to your complaint, you, not your daughter, but you, rented a room from the defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
And you found that room on something on the internet called Craigslist
Yes, ma'am.
and signed a month-to-month lease.
I did.
When did you sign that?
March 1st, 2007.
Where had you been living before that?
I was residing in an apartment which I shared with my daughter, and she decided to move out on her own and get her own apartment. So I thought it would be good for me to move into a place where I could save a little money, maybe meet some new people, until I was able to purchase my own home.
How long had you been renting rooms?
I've been renting rooms for about 4 years.
What kind of property do you have?
I have a home in Elk Grove, California,
How many bedrooms?
5 bedrooms.
How many tenants do you have?
Currently 1,
How many tenants did you have when you had Miss Aseltine?
just myself and Cindy.
And it was a month-to-month tenancy.
It was.
It is your claim that Miss Neese terminated your tenancy without proper notice, and you want moving expenses, your security deposit back, and you want damages because she, you claim, assaulted both you and your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Neese says that you are not entitled to your security deposit back because you promised that you were going to stay through April, and you didn't. It is her claim that you actually assaulted her. So let's find out when the trouble began. You moved in March 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
About approximately a week after I moved in, I noticed some strange behavior from Miss Neese. When I was in the home alone, and especially when I had company over, I would notice some outbursts. Seems she was talking to herself, kind of laughing out loud. She'd walk through the home when I'd have company over and bang anything that would make noise, opening and closing compulsively the garage door. The washer was close to my room, so she'd slam the washer door up and down.
Got it. let's move on.
Okay. And I became just really uncomfortable in the home. I'd find myself, I'd sign up for overtime, I'd go to the gym, anything to avoid coming home because her behavior was really disturbing, uncomfortable. And so I noticed that it became more obvious when I had company over, so I decided to talk to her about it. So maybe I was doing something wrong. And so I came home, and so I knocked on her door. She didn't answer, so that's when I called her cell phone, and I found that she was actually at home in her room. And she came out, and I had a conversation with her, and I said, is there something bothering you, lately? Because I've noticed that you've been slamming things around, banging things. And her response was, bang? I don't bang. I don't bang anything. I said, oh, okay. Well, apparently, when my boyfriend's over, does he make you uncomfortable? No, I don't have a problem with your boyfriend. And I said, well, one night he spent the night here, and it seemed that you were really uncomfortable with that, and that's when I noticed the most noise. She goes, well, I didn't even know he spent the night. And she goes, well, it's in your lease agreement that you can't have any overnight guests. I said, well, I didn't notice that in my lease agreement. I apologize.
Was it in your lease agreement?
It was, ma'am, in my lease agreement.
Okay.
And I said, I respect that. And I said, well, that's something that I'm not sure if I can live with. I apologize. I overlooked that. And I said, if you feel real strong about that, then I think I might have to make a decision to move out. And I would go ahead and give you a proper 30-day notice. And she goes, okay, well, that's fine.
Fine. What day was that? That was in March?
Okay, that was, yes, the 19th of March. I sent her a copy, certified mail, which she...
May I see it, please?
Absolutely. That was sent regular mail as well as certified mail, which I have a receipt there. Ms. Neese never picked up the certified copy.
Okay, and you received this letter terminating
Yes.
her tenancy?
Yes, I have
Fine.
it right here.
Good. So what happened?
Okay,
What was
so
next?
things were a little still uncomfortable in the house, so I decided to avoid her as much as possible. About a week after giving that notice to her, I came home and found that she was interviewing another tenant, which I gave her the privacy. I had went and cleaned up and got ready to go back out again.
I haven't
She
even
then,
heard you.
she then,
You have a turn. Right
Okay.
now, plaintiff is talking.
Okay.
Go ahead.
after I had finished and cleaned up and the person had left, she had come and spoke with me and said, okay, well, when are you going to be moving your furniture out? I understand, I received your 30-day notice. And I go, well, I can start putting it in storage soon if you really need the space, because she was saying that she wanted to offer that space to the tenant. She goes, well, that's your right to keep it there for the remainder of the month. And, things seemed to be okay then, but she's still exhibiting some behaviors that I just didn't feel that.
I understand. You were moving out for a reason. Keep going.
Absolutely. And so I had received a phone call on March 31st. I was at the gym, and I received a message from Miss Neese. And on the message, she says that she's demanding that she have a face-to-face meeting with me and discuss the 30-day notice agreement and finalize me moving out. And so I was kind of, I didn't understand.
Just tell me what happened.
Okay, so I called her up, and I said, I got your message. What's the deal with me having to come over? And she goes, well, I want you to speak to me face-to-face. I gave you the same respect when you gave me your 30-day notice. And I said, well, I really don't want to have any confrontation with you. You're making me feel really uncomfortable and threatened. She goes, well, if you do not come home right now, I'm going to lock you out. And I said, you can't lock me out. And she goes, I'm telling you, if you don't come home right now, I'm going to lock you out. At that point, she disconnected the phone call. Me and my boyfriend were at the gym. I said, come on with me. She's threatening to lock me out. I need to go home. When we got there, me and my boyfriend entered the home, and Miss Neese was in the kitchen. She had already taken all my groceries out of the fridge and out of the cupboard and had set them up on the counter as if she was moving me out. I said, what are you doing? Please put my things back. You can't move me out. What's the problem? And at that point, she came around the counter of the kitchen with her finger in my face, and she goes, girl, you better shut your mouth, because in the name of Jesus, I'm going to smack the devil out of you. At that point, my boyfriend placed his body in between us because she was this close in my face, and he's that face to me, and he's like trying to block her. And she turned around, and she swung about backside of him and hit me upside the head. At that point, I grabbed my cell phone. She grabbed her cell phone. I called the police. She called 911. The police arrived, a female police officer. Police officer went and spoke to Miss Neese. Miss Neese had stated that she was going to be locking me out of the house, and the officer had stated, legally, ma'am, you cannot lock her out of the house. And she goes, don't you tell me how to run my household.
Can I see the police report, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She comes up behind me and then kind of hits me. And then Miss Neese turned around to my mom, and she goes to make a fist like she was going to strike my mom, and I grabbed her arm and I put it down and I said, don't touch my mom.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cynthia Aseltine and daughter Danielle Ireland claim Cynthia's former landlord, Sidney Neese, is guilty of an assault. Sidney claims it was the plaintiffs who assaulted her.
Now, When did the incident happen with your daughter?
Same day.
Same day?
It was a little bit later on that day when I had came. The police officers had actually left at a certain point, and my mother had called my boyfriend and I to show up. She had to go and get a U-Haul to get all of her things, and we both ended up showing up at the exact same time as my mom with the U-Haul, and that's when I arrived.
And what happened with Miss Neese?
Well, we came into the house, and she was in her bedroom, had shut the door, was in her bedroom, like the police officer told her to stay in the room. I went into this little front area that was right next to her bedroom door and started to grab furniture. And I grabbed this big glass top that was to one of my mom's coffee tables, and I started going out. And then Miss Neese came out of her room and was really mad and angry, and was directing a lot of anger at myself and at Ryan, saying that he didn't have any right to be in the house, and that was saying something about how we couldn't go through the garage door. She was telling us we had to go through the front door for some reason, and I was standing on my way to the garage door. She was really like livid and saying that we couldn't be in our house, that we had no right to be in there, and then she comes up behind me and grabs me by the back of my neck and like kind of pushes me and then kind of hits me. And then Miss Neese turned around to my mom and starts getting in her face, and she's throwing her hands wildly and stuff, and then she goes to make a fist like she was going to strike my mom, and I grabbed her arm and I put it down and I said, "Don't touch my mom." And then it just turned into a scuffle where she was just being really wild.
Okay, Miss Neese, I
Yes.
would like you first to tell me your version of the events of the 31st of March.
Okay, Saturday, March 31st, I initiated a call to Cindy to finalize things in the matter. She had sent me a letter March 20th indicating that she was going to move out at the end of April. And so I wanted to finalize things as far as obtaining the rent for April.
She already told you that she was going to give you the rent April 3rd in the letter.
Right. In my lease, it indicates, in the initial agreement that we signed, it indicates that if any rent is not paid time or in full, that they will forfeit the security. That's in item number 2 in our
What
lease.
difference does that make? She already said, "I'll pay you your rent on April 3rd. It's in her letter that she sent to you.
Because I just like to do things decently and in order, so...
This is decently and in order. You called her on her cell phone.
Yeah, I called her on Saturday and I asked, because she had initiated an appointment in mid-March. She wanted to see if her boyfriend could stay overnight, and she knocked on my door. Actually, I was napping, and she knocked on my door until...
Shh, don't interrupt her. I'm just asking you what you told her on March 31st. You called her, she's at the gym.
On March 31st, I asked her if she had any time in the afternoon. I said I'd appreciate if we could finalize things and, you know, get the rent. So then she started cursing at me, and she started getting really violent on the phone and calling me up.
Did you tell her she had to come home or else you were going to change the locks?
No, absolutely not.
Did you take her food out of the refrigerator? I'm speaking.
No, I didn't actually.
Did you take her food out of the refrigerator and place it on the counter?
No, not...
Did you tell the police when they arrived that you were planning on changing the locks and locking her out?
When she started cursing at me on the phone, because she, by the way, she's been pretty violent before, so when she came home from the gym, she came home and she kicked me, which I have a photo of the bruise on my leg from when she kicked me then. At that point, I had called the police, and because I had wanted to have her arrested. So when they came over, they kind of separated us, got both versions of what had happened. And so I didn't have her arrested at that point.
The police found you very agitated, Ms. Neese. According to all 3 police officers who arrived at the scene...
Well, she assaulted me. I have pictures. She admitted biting me on the arm.
There was an altercation. There's no question there was an altercation.
Well, I actually didn't touch her or her daughter. Both of them came home. She called her daughter, and they both came in, and then they assaulted me in my room. And that's why I had called the police a second time. When I was on the phone with the police, I was terrified. They said, "Where are you?" I said, "I locked myself in my room because I was afraid they were going to come in again." I have pictures of the door and from when they tried to barge in my door, and I have pictures of all the bruises. They hit me.
What do you do for a living, Ms. Neese?
I'm an insurance broker.
For a company?
For myself. I have my own agency, and I'm going to school for court reporting.
So you operate out of your home or out of an office?
I'm usually on the road, but my office is out of my home, yes.
So you don't have an office other than at your home?
Correct.
And how long have you been doing that?
5 years.
You make a living at that?
Yes.
The last time you had a tenant prior to the plaintiff, what was that tenant's name?
Prior to Cynthia? She was the first tenant in that home.
So you'd never had a tenant?
Not in this home. When I was in the Bay Area, I've had tenants. She was the first tenant in this home.
Judge, I have some information regarding the tenants in the Bay Area. San Mateo County Courts, there's 3 claims regarding Ms. Niece in regards to tenant-landlord. 2 times she was a defendant, and 1 she was a plaintiff regarding the same situation, withholding deposits.
Can I see
and so
that?
forth. Actually, I didn't print it out, but if you go to San Mateo County Courts, it is public record.
You had 3 landlord and tenant actions while you were there. One is a plaintiff and one is a defendant.
I'm not sure what she's referring to, but it was just probably a lack of, my income. But with regard to
No,
this...
I'm not talking about, I'm asking you whether you had 3 previous landlord and tenant actions.
I think there was one, and it was just because I was having problems, with cash flow, but they have since been paid back.
One was that she put a stop pay on a deposit as a tenant herself.
That sound familiar?
I'm not sure what she's referring to, but I would appreciate if we could talk about this case today and why, I don't believe that I owe her this security deposit.
You absolutely owe her the security deposit. There's no question that you owe her the security deposit. You
Okay.
told her to leave. I've read the police report. You said you wanted her out that day. She left. She did not stay the month of April, despite the fact that she said she was planning on paying April's rent. You absolutely owe her the security deposit. There's no question about that.
Well, because she assaulted me, and I had to put out expense. She didn't return the key when she moved out.
I believe that this was an unfortunate circumstance, that everybody's tempers got very flared up.
Actually,
on that.
mine did not.
Well, not according
And
to
I
the
was
Miss Niece. According to the
I
police,
was
the only
blatantly assaulted by her and her
Miss
daughter,
Niece,
and her boyfriend had
I'm
to pull
telling
them
you,
off of me.
and the police department.
And when
I'm
she moved
speaking. When I'm
out-
speaking, don't speak.
Okay.
Clearly, not only did you claim that they were assaultive, you
I have
also. I'm
photographs of all
speaking.
the
I'm
assaults.
speaking. Do you hear me speaking? You also claim conspiratorial behavior on the part of the police. You weren't satisfied with the police officer who came. You demanded their supervisor. 2 supervisors arrived. They couldn't calm you down. You demanded their supervisor. So everybody is in a conspiracy against you. There's something not right, Miss Niece. All of that is clearly contained in the police report. I assume you have a copy of it.
The copy that I obtained from them does not contain that information. That's not what they had given me. They
May
gave
not
me
be what
one
they
line.
gave you, but that's what I have.
Okay, can I show you the pictures of my bruise?
Absolutely.
And actually, I still have them on my body.
Absolutely. Show me.
This is a picture of when she bit me in the arm.
She absolutely acknowledges that she
And
bit you in
then,
the arm, and she
a
says she bit
bruise
you.
on my
I'm
breast.
speaking. Don't you want to hear me speaking? She absolutely acknowledges that she bit you in the arm so that you would let her go.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Okay, can I tell my version of the story, ma'am?
When I
Yes,
contact
do.
the police department.
Up, don't.
What had transpired, basically, the whole issue, when she first, in the initial ad, I indicated no alcohol, no overnight guests, and she breached both of those. She was drinking a lot while she was there, and she was having overnight guests, her boyfriend. And I never even said anything because I didn't want to get into any confrontation. But then she mentioned she talked to me that one day, and I said, no overnight guests. Are you okay with that?
So she gave you
said,
notice.
yes.
Listen, I got it. I have other things to do today. She said, I'm moving. She sent you an appropriate notice that she's moving. Move on with it. Get to the 31st.
Right, but then she didn't pay the rent, and so I wanted to...
No. She has no obligation to pay the rent on March 31st. None. And if you demanded that she come home from the gym...
I didn't demand that she came home. I called her on the cell phone, and I said, do you have any time this afternoon? What's your availability?
I don't think you should have roommates. I don't think you should rent rooms to anybody. I don't. I think that you are a very, very nice lady who clearly should live alone, not with anybody else, because you can't make rules for adults. I mean, she's an adult lady. She's not a teenager. You didn't rent to a teenager. And if you don't like other people living in your house because other people aren't going to do things the way you do...
Well, it's not that I want to do things the way I want to do. But when I
rent
rented
a room.
They said no overnight guests. When
Absolutely
I rented, they
right.
set their
And she said
guidelines,
I didn't...
And I honored them. So if she didn't want to...
Do you take medication? Do you take medication?
No, ma'am.
You should. Because I've already told you 4 times, this is the 4th time, that when I start to speak, you have to stop.
Okay.
You can't. That's something that's not working right. You owe her security deposit, which was how much?
It's $500.
Did either of you seek any medical treatment for your injuries?
No, ma'am.
Yes, I did.
I'm not talking about you. Now, where did you move when you moved?
I was actually homeless for 8 days. I was allowed to stay at my My boyfriend does roommate with another roommate, and he was
fine.
out of town.
That's fine. Don't make up things as we go along. You weren't homeless because you were able to sleep someplace.
Well, yes. I mean, I was without a permanent.
Fine, and then you found someplace.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Whole thing is very, very unfortunate. Really, very unfortunate. You want to say anything to me? No. You want your security deposit back?
Absolutely.
You got it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. Your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Why does that excuse you may step out?
I was blatantly assaulted by her. I think it's really sad that, she got away with it.
It was just humiliating, and I had my daughter there, and then something I didn't want her to ever have to go through.
Is suing her mother-in-law, Rose Marmoleo, for making a false report to Child Protective Services. Kim claims Rose accused her of child endangerment.
All rise. It's case number 41 on the calendar in the matter of Peterson versus Marmolejo. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Miss Peterson, the defendant is your former mother-in-law.
Correct.
You were married to her son for how long?
6 years.
And he, according to what I've read, died suddenly.
Yes.
When did he pass away?
July 5th, 2005.
And what was the cause of death?
It's a cerebral hemorrhage, but the cause of that, the underlying cause was drug abuse.
No, it was not. I
I
have a
have
copy
it,
of
Your
that,
Honor.
Your Honor.
I wasn't asking you anything.
I understand.
It is your claim that the defendant called in a report to Child Protective Services
Yes.
against you. It was false,
Yes.
and you want to be compensated.
Correct.
The defendant says that she never placed that call, and you seem to indicate that you are going to be able to prove to me that
Yes.
she did. She also complains that she no longer sees her grandson, despite the fact that there was a time when she did see him regularly. Okay. When did you find out that a call was placed to Child Protective Services?
It was March of 2007, March 1st, actually. It was called in 228.
22807.
Yes.
And how did you find out that this call was placed?
The worker put the note in my doorway.
And asked you to call?
Yes.
And you did?
Yes.
Was there an investigation?
Yes.
Do you have the results of that investigation?
Yes, I do. Unsubstantiated.
Now, Ms. Marmoleo, you did not call Child Protective Services?
Absolutely not, Your Honor.
Okay, and you know nothing about how Child Protective Services was contacted?
Yes, I do. Patrick called me.
Just a second.
Okay.
Patrick is your grandson?
No, Patrick is witness on Kim's side.
Who is this?
That's my boyfriend.
Okay. The boyfriend called you and
told me, forget taking Dante to school tomorrow. He said, we have a DCF appointment. He said, you and one of your old cronies probably called DCF. I knew nothing about it, so help me God. I went to school the next day.
What are you doing at child's school?
I have volunteered at all the schools for many, many years, besides my work.
Okay, go ahead.
So I went to school to see the principal, and I asked her, I said, what's the situation? I heard from
You
Patrick.
cannot tell me what the principal told you.
All right. She said...
You can't... What words
I'm
did you
sorry.
understand? You cannot tell me what the principal said to you.
I found out that the school...
You can't tell me what you found out.
That's how I found
hearsay.
out, though. I did not
Okay.
call.
You did not call.
I did email.
You did not, just a second, you did not call, is
No,
what
I
you
did
said.
not.
And you had no knowledge of it until the plaintiff's boyfriend called you and said, you're not taking the child to school anymore because of you, we have an appointment with Protective Services.
Your
Now,
Honor.
This is dated March 21st. They are closing the investigation because the allegations were unsubstantiated.
Correct.
Do you have what the allegations were?
I have the report where it says clearly that she had called. And
I'd like to
sent the
see
email.
that. That's very important.
And
That's an email from...
that's the reports from DCF.
Investigation protocol. Well, it is perfectly clear that you called the worker.
Absolutely.
You're perfectly clear that you called the worker and made this report.
I did not call DCF initially. I swear to you, I did not.
I don't care whether you called initially. It says that you called them.
I called
March 2nd.
after the fact because I was being blamed by Patrick, and I wanted to be sure to clear myself. I also wanted to tell the person
We
at
need
DCF,
help and quick.
Yes.
Before that woman takes the child away again.
Absolutely.
I'm speaking.
She had done that before.
That has nothing to do with
Dante
you.
was frightened to me. He cried twice. I swear to you, Your Honor. May I tell you the story?
Just a second. First of all, you can't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Well, you did.
Absolutely
You did. You
not.
absolutely did.
I did not make the initial call, Your Honor.
I didn't use the word initial.
I did call
Listen
these-
to me. I didn't use the word initial.
Well,
I said, did you call Child Protective Services? You said no. And it's clear to me from reading this exactly what happened. You spoke to the principal, and the principal called, and you followed up with Mr. Haas.
May I
There's
explain?
no question in my mind that that happened, madam.
Yes.
And there's no question in my mind that it happened because, according to you, your grandson was crying because he said, Mommy's going to move away. And you didn't want him to move away because you've taken over his education, you pay for his school in a private school, and you get to see him regularly. And according to you, which is what you just told me, she had taken him away once before, and you weren't going to have that situation happen again. That's what you said in your email. That's exactly what you said in your email.
If you allow me, I can explain that to you. 2 days prior to the principal calling, Miss Peterson went to the playground and said to the teacher, Dante should be able to call me anytime he wants.
To visit my son.
No, just
Sorry.
Listen
You
to
didn't-
Shh. Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. You got to keep
No
it
reason
together.
to do that.
I'm sorry.
Say it to me again, just the way you just said it to me.
She said to the teacher, allow Dante to call me anytime he wants.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely. They had no problem
Oh, I
with
don't
that.
like the way you said it.
That's how she said it.
You understand? I don't like the way you said it. You said it as if she was saying something wrong.
That's how she approached them. Then she went into the office with a handwritten note, Your Honor, saying that Patrick would be the guardian.
That's this gentleman.
Right, that has only been in Dante's life a few months. The school felt that was highly unlikely. I wouldn't shoot myself in the foot and do that because she quickly would take our grandparent rights away, and she's done it in the past. Would you please
You're
come
absolutely
forward?
right. You're absolutely right.
Come back and could you come
No,
back
just a
minute?
second.
I
didn't
want you to
ask
hear something.
Just a second. You're not following me. Stop shaking, Miss Peterson. Listen to me. I get it. It's sad and unfortunate, but I get it.
Can I show you one thing, please? Your Honor, down here where Dante was being interviewed by the social worker, it says Dante, and this is alone by himself outside. Dante reported that grandmother Marmolejo does not like his mother. Dante stated that Marmolejo calls his mother stupid and says her butt smells.
I never said such a thing. So help me
Dante's
God.
questioned all this. It's right down the bottom here. Where it
That's
says interview with Dante.
definitely-
Well,
Miss
Dante
Peterson.
said it.
I
Miss
definitely would
Peterson,
never say
listen
anything
to
like
me.
that.
Listen to me.
My God,
There is
what
no
lies.
question in my mind that the defendant inspired, precipitated the call to Child Protective Services. You her husband?
Yes, yes, I am, Your Honor.
Pay careful attention.
You need to say that.
It's not her fault that your son died. You have a grandson that I assume you want to see, and your wife is making all the wrong calls with regard to whether or not you're going to continue to be in your grandson's life. There is no question in my mind that no court will take your grandson away from his mother and turn him over to you.
We don't.
Nobody is
We
going to
wouldn't
do
wanna
that.
do that.
And listen to me.
Never do
And the only thing that you and your wife can do is to stay on her good side, which you haven't done. So you better have a really good talk with her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You may be Mother of the Year, you may not be Mother of the Year, but he's your son. And
Thank
once you give these people an inch, you're going to take a whole yard. Do it until they get it.
And later today,
So you sent them more money.
Yes.
And then he wrecked that car.
Yes, ma'am.
You're just like an accident looking to happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Big goofball.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kim Peterson claims her mother-in-law, Rose Marmolejo, made false accusations to Child Protective Services. Rose says Kim is keeping her from seeing her grandson.
Now, when one parent dies and the other parent is left and hooks up with somebody new, that's an irritant. And she's allowed to say, pay careful attention to me. She's the mother. She is allowed to say, if there's an emergency, you call my boyfriend who will come and take care of my child. You may not like it. That's too bad. She's the mother. That's
everything the way it occurred, Your Honor.
Hey,
Not
listen
at
to
all.
me. You just said to me, you started to tell me the story. I got it. Don't you understand? I've been in this business a long time. You were absolutely furious.
After the school already made the initial call.
Listen to me, madam. I got you. You were furious that you went into school.
That's not true.
You just told me.
I was not furious, Your Honor.
You were furious
Not
that
at
you
all.
went
I
into
never
school
would say you feel
and
that way.
changed the guardian to him. That's what you just told
That's
me.
why the school got upset. They did. I did not. Would you please step? Could my husband
Absolutely,
please step forward?
positively not. School doesn't get upset. School may have said to you, that's strange.
Not true.
But 2 days later, you called up and said, we need help quick. And before that woman takes that child away again, please call me ASAP so we can talk.
Dante
Dr.
cried
Kingston,
about that.
What? That's you.
He cried to me about that, Your Honor. So help me God. He did.
So as a result of that, you spoke to Child Protective Services?
Would you? My husband's on the school board. The principal told him the Thursday after.
Don't tell me what the principal told him at all. It's hearsay. I'm telling you what the official report from Child Protective Services says. Your conversation with them.
That's after.
I don't care if it's after or before.
They made the call initially.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
You have to take control.
I have.
Listen to me. You have to understand something. You allowed her to put your son in a private school where she pays the tuition and she volunteers. First mistake.
You're right. It was a big mistake.
First mistake. He's got to be out of that school, and he's got to be at a place where, if his grandmother wants to see him, there is a specific time that she gets to see him that you control. But you can't take with one hand, which is what you did, and you did it for the sake of your child, I assume, because he was going to a private school that perhaps you couldn't afford. But absolutely a bad idea.
You're absolutely right.
Absolutely a bad idea. She cannot have any control about what happens in your home. And you've given her that control, and you have to take it back if you haven't done it already.
Yeah, well, it's over.
Okay, fine. So he no longer goes to that school?
No.
Perfect. Because if you give them an inch,
and
you
lovingly.
may be Mother of the Year, you may not be Mother of the Year, but he's your son. And once you give these people an inch, they're going to take a whole yard. Do it until they get it, that you're his mother and that you raise him. They had the opportunity to raise their son, good or bad.
She knows I have always been good to her.
Made mistakes or not make mistakes. Being good is not embroiling him in problems. And I absolutely find that this call was precipitated by you, and it was false, and it was based on the fact that you were afraid she was moving.
Absolutely not.
In the amount of $3,000. That's all. Step out.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I hope this sends a message to other grandparents that might try to do this.
None of this is true. I swear to you.
You can't play with a child's life. You can't do that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Williams versus Bell, step forward.
21-year-old Michelle Williams is suing her ex-boyfriend, Howard Bell, for a series of loans. Michelle says instead of repaying the money, Howard went back to his previous girlfriend.
Miss Williams, this gentleman used to be your boyfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
And unfortunately for you, you gave him a whole bunch of money. You say that you made loans to him for that money. Mr. Bell says, while he acknowledges that you gave him money, he says it's just that. You gave him money, it was a gift, there was never any agreement that he would pay you back, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How much money did you give her, Mr. Bells?
Before I left to go to Michigan, before she gave me any money, I gave her like $125.
What'd you give her that money for, sir?
Because she gave me cigarettes and stuff while I wasn't working.
So she supported you when you weren't working?
Yes, ma'am.
Fed you?
No. My aunt fed me.
Your aunt fed you. She just bought you cigarettes.
Yes, ma'am.
Shouldn't smoke, sir. It's not good for you. So you gave her $120 to pay her back?
Yes, ma'am.
For money that she spent on you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But you didn't give her any money just for nothing?
No, ma'am.
But she gave you money just for nothing?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think she did that?
She didn't give it to me for no reason.
Well, what was the reason?
To get my car out of impound so I could be with her.
What else did she give you money for?
She would call me like 3 times a day and ask me how much money I needed, if I needed more money or whatever. And I'd be like, just whatever you want to do. And she kept sending it.
So how much money did you give him in total, Miss Williams?
I think the exact amount was $1,892.
But who's counting, right? And you just kept giving him the money.
It started out as he just wanted enough to get his car to impound. And he'd call me the next day and say that it wasn't enough, he needed a little bit more, and that went on for about 3 days. Finally, when he did get the car out of impound, he ended up wrecking it.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
At least he's polite. Go ahead.
And he called me and said that he was going to try and find another car, but he'd need to borrow the money to get it. And when he did get it, he would put it in my name when he got back up here. So he called me and tells me he found a car for $600, and he'd like me to send him that money plus another $50 for gas so he can get it up here. And he was going to have to put it in his name till he got here, and then he would put it in my name.
So you sent him more money?
Yes.
And then he wrecked that car?
Yes, ma'am.
You're just like an accident looking to happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Like a big goofball.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now Mr. Bells is going to move over to the plaintiff's chair because he has a case against your sister. Oh, and this I'm really anxious to hear.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michelle Williams is suing her ex-boyfriend, Howard Bell, for a series of loans. Michelle says instead of repaying the money, Howard went back to his previous girlfriend.
Okay. Now, he couldn't put the car in your name because he wrecked it.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to tell me that he wrecked the car, so he didn't call me, didn't answer anything, and he finally shows up a week later and tells me he bought a car with his money, and he was going to put that in my name when he got up here after he fixed it.
And what happened with that car?
I wrecked it.
Miss Williams, you sent him a whole lot of money, and it's money down sewer. But I don't believe that there were loans. I believe you just took off, and then you said, listen, I gave him all this money because I thought he was going to come here and move in with me. We were going to be a family. That was the intention.
Yes, ma'am. I have text messages on my phone where she said that she would drop the case if I would just come back and be with her. And,
those were not sent from me.
I've got text messages from her phone where she threatened to kill herself, told me that she was in the hospital for overdosing on Xanaxes and all types of other stuff.
Listen, did you take advantage of somebody who you shouldn't have?
Nope.
Yes, you did. You took advantage of them. That doesn't make it a loan. You took advantage of them. You're not supposed to do that, sir. If you take advantage of somebody who is needy and maybe not stable, that makes you not a nice person. Even if you say ma'am 40 times. Miss Williams, while I'm sympathetic with your plight, I am unsympathetic with the fact that you created a contract with Mr. Bells because I don't think that you created a contract that is legally enforceable anywhere, and you know it. So your case is dismissed. Now, we're going to take care of Mr. Bells' other case. Now Mr. Bells is going to move over to the plaintiff's chair because he has a case against your sister. Oh, and this I'm really anxious to hear. Now, Mr. Bells, you finally got another car.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of car did you get?
I've had 17 since November.
Well, what kind of car is that we're talking about in this case, sir?
A 97 Pontiac Sunfire.
And it is your claim that the defendant, who is the sister of the former plaintiff, took a baseball bat to your car.
Yes, ma'am.
After you ditched her sister.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm all broken up about that, Mr. Bell. Can you tell? I'm going to allow you to tell me what happened, sir.
Michelle sent me a text message to tell me to come and talk to her.
Who's Michelle?
The defendant's sister. So I came up to her job to talk to her about what was going on and everything, and as soon as we pulled in the parking lot...
Who's we?
Me and Annette.
Who's Annette?
My girlfriend.
That's your current girlfriend?
She's always been my girlfriend.
Does she give you money, too?
No, ma'am.
You give her money?
Yes, ma'am.
So you had current girlfriend when you were taking money from Miss Williams. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's really nasty, Mr. Bell. Does your mother like him?
No.
You know why? I just knew that. 10 years from now, you won't like him either. You have children with him?
No.
Don't make any.
I can't have children anyway.
That's what they all say.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to JudgeJudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
So you pulled into the parking lot with your girlfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
Because Michelle wanted to speak to you, so you thought it would be nice to bring your girlfriend along.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
What happened was I came to Illinois that week. I had court on April 23rd, so I was coming to my court date. And when Michelle told me to come up there, me and Annette, we came up there to talk to her, and she said that she only wanted to talk to me, not Annette, so I was the only one that could come in where she worked at. So as soon as I pulled in the parking lot...
That's understandable, Mr. Bell.
Yes, ma'am. And as soon as I pulled in the parking lot, Beth and some other girl, I don't know who the other girl was, were all standing in the parking lot, and Beth threw a baseball bat at my car.
Ah! I am absolutely despondent. Did you do that, Beth?
No, ma'am.
No, she didn't.
I had the replacement.
Why would she do that? Why would she throw a baseball bat at this 1997 Pontiac? Do you still have it?
Yes, ma'am.
The Pontiac?
Yes, ma'am.
With the dent in it?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You haven't wrecked it yet?
No, ma'am.
You will. And then you will hardly even remember this dent that she says she didn't put in your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Goodbye, sir. Have a happy life. Your case is dismissed. It's over. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Back to your right.
And on the next Judge Judy.
Brent was on the hood of the car. Nick was standing in front of the car trying to kick the headlight.
This is completely false and erroneous.
Yeah. No, you're erroneous.
Next Judge Judy.
Open up utility accounts in your name.
It was actually when I was at school at Eastern Kentucky University when I allowed her to open gas and electric in my name.
When you were at school, you were not living with her?
No.
So you had already spent time in her house?
Yes.
So you had spent about a year in her house?
No, it was about 3 months.
That's not true.
How long was it?
She moved in February of 2006. Remainder of her senior year of high school, stayed the whole summer at my house.
Okay.
Also went to EKU, and I picked her up every weekend, every Friday.
But it was while you were at school that she opened the accounts with your permission in your name. Put that folder down, please. And it is your claim that two things. A, that she didn't pay those bills. And second, that she also opened up a cable account using your name, and that you did not give her permission to open.
No, I did not.
And that there is an outstanding bill on that. You
Yes.
wanted to take care of all the bills.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that's not true. Again, that's not true.
Just a second. Ms. Ober says, well, she had your permission to open the account. She didn't think that it was a big deal to open up the cable account, and she's counterclaiming because she says you should pay her for all the money she expended while you were living with her on you. So, Ms. Ober, I'm going to deal with that first. You had no contract with Ms. Rubel when she moved in that she was going to compensate you for any money that you gave her. There's no indication in your counterclaim. So in order to have a contract, you have to have an agreement. And you had no agreement with her.
We had a verbal agreement.
No, you didn't. That's absolutely not true. If you had a verbal agreement, you would have said so in your answer. And you would have said so in your counterclaim, that you had an agreement that when she graduated from college or whatever, she was going to pay you back for all the money you laid out for her. You don't mention that at all. You want me to read you what you say?
No. At the end of it, I said she agreed to pay back in payment. I do believe, I thought.
You say, the plaintiff stayed in my home from February 2006 until February of 07. That is not true. That is not true.
She was away at college for 3 months and then moved back into my home. I moved her to college and moved her back home from college to my home.
Was she living with you continuously from February 2006 until February 2007?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She moved into your home because she was staying with her aunt and they had a big fight. Even though Tiffany and her aunt later made up, Tiffany begged and pleaded for me to let her stay with me. I took her to and from school. I moved her down to Kentucky to go to college. I gave her lunch money, paid for her prom dress. Even though my son was a freshman, it was her senior prom. I paid for basically everything. So there was no agreement, because if there was an agreement, you had plenty of paper there to say there was an agreement. So you can't make an agreement where there was none. Now, you want to tell me why you opened up utility accounts in her name?
I have the letter that she took to the CG&E company where she opened it up from the landlord.
Why? Why didn't you open it up?
Because I had outstanding bills that couldn't be paid at that point in time. I didn't have the money. I have 3 children and was getting no child support. My ex-boyfriend and I were arguing. It was a bad environment for her, myself, and my children.
Yes.
We had to get out. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Had to get out.
Well, just tell me what she said to you and what you said to her.
I got into an argument with my ex-boyfriend. I was crying. There was chaos. The house was tore up from fighting and carrying on, and she came to me crying and said that we could move out of here. I said, I can't get the electric in my name or the cable because I have an outstanding bill. I was working on paying them. I have paid them off. Everything is in my name.
Well, what about the bills that she's getting now, Miss Ober?
Because she agreed to pay them when we moved out.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't, Miss Ober. I don't even have to ask her that. She said, I'll help you out. If you can't put them in your name, put them in my name.
That's also not true. I didn't offer. She asked me.
That's not true.
Why didn't you pay the bills?
Because I was paying all the bills. I paid the rent, I paid the food, I paid for her clothes, I paid for her to go to a Bengals-Steelers game, I paid for everything under the sun for her. And when I couldn't pay for her to do the things that she wanted to do, go shopping and do all the other things,
well, just
then she moved out.
Miss Ober, when she was living with you, where was she working?
At Photolab at Kroger's, and then she got a job at a restaurant.
When she was living with you, she was working at Photolab?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
No, actually it's not. I was working at the Village of Addison in the clerk's office.
I didn't understand a word you just said.
In the Village of Addison for the clerk.
And what were you doing with the money that you were earning?
I paid for a lot of prom, too.
You paid for a lot of prom. What else did you pay for?
I paid for lunch sometimes, and that's probably about it.
And what about the ex-boyfriend? What does he do?
He's in high school.
He's 16 years old.
Okay. Very good. Can I see the bills, please?
Yes.
And when you moved in with Miss Ober, you were in high school?
Yes. Here's everything.
I would like to also say something. Her aunt, when she moved out of her house, received child support from her mother and father for her while she lived in my home.
You should have sued her aunt.
And Tiffany is still on a Medicaid card through Ohio and is not living in Ohio. She lives in Indiana. She works at the BP in Indiana.
Miss Ober, first of all, the second part was vicious. First part of what you just told me was really your fault. If she was living with you and you were supporting her and somebody else was getting support for her from her parents, you should have marched right into family court and said, the support should come to me, not to somebody else.
Well, I'm not going to fight a year and a half to get money that is not going to come to me anyway.
But this money is money that you owe. You owe money for the utilities.
No, she was living in my home. She agreed to pay them.
I don't
with her
believe that for a
part-time job.
second. I don't believe for a second that she agreed to pay them. If she agreed to pay them, she wouldn't have let them build up like this.
It was 2 months of service.
Right. I know that you're accustomed to not paying your bills, but somebody who's just starting out in life is not accustomed to not paying their bills. You know you didn't pay your bills. That's
Yes,
why
I
you
do.
couldn't put the utilities on in your name.
Because I had an ex-boyfriend who wouldn't let me get ahead.
Listen to me. It's always somebody else's fault. Is that what you're saying
No,
to me?
I'm not.
It's the ex-boyfriend's fault. It's her fault. It's the aunt's fault.
No, I tried to contact her aunt to take her back home. She wouldn't talk to me.
It's always somebody else's fault. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
You're a victim. Well, you'll always
I'm
be
a victim of a 19-year-old.
You'll
Yes.
always be a victim. The answer is you didn't pay your bills. Not that your ex-boyfriend didn't let you get ahead. If you're a big enough girl to make 3 children, that's what you have, right? Then you're big enough to get away from an ex-boyfriend who wouldn't
I
let you
did.
get ahead. Not soon enough to pay your bills.
You know, I took her in the kindness of my heart. You know, and then after she moved out, her other aunt said to me, Tiffany goes wherever Tiffany's going to reap the benefit.
So whose fault was that?
I guess mine, and it'll never happen again.
Right. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $886. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She was 18 years old, and I helped her, and she agreed to pay the bills and didn't.
I got the money back that I deserved.
She was out on the street, basically, with nowhere to live because her aunt chose not to let her come back home.
I did move back home actually in June of 2006, and I stayed there until I went to college.
Never. Again, will I let someone come into my home?
I trusted her and she lied.
Not again. I won't trust anyone.
I'm not really selfish.
I won't do anything for anybody anymore.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Browning versus Cranford, step forward.
Brack and Marla Browning are suing their son's former friend, David Cranford Jr., for crashing their motorcycle after Brack asked him not to ride it. David insists he was given permission to take the bike.
Miss Browning, were you there during this incident?
No, I was at work.
So you don't know anything other than what your husband told you,
Well,
is that
David
right?
called me.
Why don't you have a seat? Okay. According to your complaint, Mr. Browning, Mr. Cranford, who is a friend of your son's, took your motorcycle. Your son was with him that day and rode it and crashed it. And you
Yes,
want him
ma'am.
to pay to fix it.
Yes, ma'am.
That seems like a relatively simple case. However, Mr. Cranford seems to feel as if it's everybody else's fault. So he's going to tell me about it. On what date did this happen?
It happened November 13th, I believe.
And where were you?
I was down the street from my home working.
What kind of work do you do?
I work for the Red Cross, but on this day, I was helping a friend of mine,
Doing what?
clearing brush, working on the farm.
And where was your son?
He was at David's house.
And he had gotten to David's house on the motorcycle.
Yes, that's what I
Is
understand.
that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up next to your phone. So tell me what happened on that day, Mr. Browning.
The boys came over to where I was working and asked if they could ride the motorcycle, and I told them no.
Who's they?
My son and David.
Well, your son was already riding the motorcycle.
I wasn't aware of that at the time. I was working down the street. They came and asked if David could ride the bike.
That's
And
David.
This is David. I told them no, that there was no insurance on the bike.
Why wasn't there insurance on the bike?
It had just lapsed a week earlier. It was late October. In our part of the country, it's very cold in the wintertime. We normally don't ride in the wintertime, so.
So you don't have to pay for it during the wintertime.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get to David's house?
I had rode the bike down. At the time, we lived not too far from where he lived.
Did you have permission to take the bike out?
Yeah.
Who gave you permission to take the bike out?
Nobody. Normally, I just get on it and go.
Mr. Browning, had you told your son that the insurance lapsed on the bike?
No, ma'am. It had just lapsed a week before, and I didn't think I had to.
Well, you had to because he was using the bike.
Yes, ma'am.
So when they came and asked if David could ride the bike, you said no.
I said no.
And then what happened?
I went back to work. The boys were up at the street where I was working, was several hundred yards off the street.
Well, then I assume you said it has no insurance on it. So what did your son say to you when you said it has no insurance?
At the time, it was David that came up and asked me.
I thought you said the boys came up.
They had called just a couple minutes earlier. They were right down the street. Frank asked me if David could ride the bike. I said no.
Just a second. Mr. Browning, we can't make things up as we go along, sir.
No,
The first story that, yeah, I know you're very polite, and that's very nice, but the first thing you told me was you were working clearing brush. The boys came up and asked you if David could ride the bike, and you said no because it has no insurance. Now you're changing that story. Now you want to tell me what the story is you're going to tell me now.
Frank had called me about 5 minutes earlier that they were down the street and that David wanted to ride the bike. I said no, and I think David talked him into coming down to where I was working to ask again.
Well, don't tell me what you think.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, who came up to where you were working?
Mr. Cranford.
Only.
Frank was there, but
That's what I want to know.
Yes, ma'am.
Frank was there. How did they get there?
David rode the motorcycle. Frank was following him in David's car.
So when you saw him, he was already on the motorcycle?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you say?
I told them they shouldn't be riding the bike
Why?
because there was no insurance. David didn't have a motorcycle license, for one thing.
Did you tell your son that there was no insurance on the bike?
I believe I did. I was
Is
speaking.
that right, sir?
He may have.
I was speaking to Mr. Cranford at the time.
Well, it would seem to me if you saw that the bike was out, Mr. Browning, and if it had no insurance on it, and the reason you let the insurance lapse was because you were coming into the winter months, you would have said to your son, put that bike away immediately because there's no insurance on it, unless you were allowing him to ride it without insurance.
No, ma'am. They, being teenagers, even though Mr. Cranford's 27, he acts 17 like my son, and they argued with me. And I got upset that they wouldn't take no for an answer and went back to work. I wasn't going to stand there and argue with them.
Who was arguing?
Both of them were wanting to ride the bike.
What did your son say to you?
I don't recall, other
Do you
than they
recall?
were not taking no for an answer.
Do you recall?
I argued with him a little bit over the phone, and when he said no, we hung up the phone, and I told David what he said, and David said, well, let's ride across the street, and I'll ask him.
And when David said, let's ride across the street, did he get on the bike?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Cranford, you knew you had no permission to get on the bike.
Partially, yes, ma'am.
What do you mean partially? There's no partially. It's like being a little bit pregnant, sir. Either you have permission or you don't have permission.
Well, I didn't know I was a definite no yet. I thought it was
No. What
think
does it
about
mean? No. I want to tell you something. You better stay away from girls, sir. No means no. There's no halfway no. No means no.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
if you're saying to me, I thought I could change his mind,
That's what I was thinking.
then you don't ride the bike there.
It was right across the street.
I don't care if it was right around the street. I don't care if it was from here to here. You didn't have permission to get on his bike,
Yes, ma'am.
and you crashed the bike.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how that happened, David.
I was traveling down 71, and it's
But
a
you
mountain.
had no permission to do that.
Well, at the time, Frankie come up at my house, and I had to go.
You already knew the word was no. Then you went up to change his mind. And what happened when you went up to change his mind?
From my understanding, when I was standing there, Your Honor, I didn't get a definite yes or no. It was just more like a I don't care kind of attitude. Is what the
He
way I
already
took it.
told you no.
He didn't come right out to me and say absolutely no. He was just giving excuses of why not, you know, and
Well,
why
the
too.
answer. I was hoping he'd be as dumb in person as he was in his answer.
He's not disappointing you.
He's not disappointing me. Let's get to riding the bike and how this incident happened that rendered Mr. Browning's bike $5,000 in damage.
Like I said, I was coming down the mountain, and there's some twisty turns on it, and some of the people that drive, the local people that drive around through there, they travel really fast up through there, and a car was coming around the corner that I was approaching, and it came off into my lane, and I had to swerve to the right to avoid hitting a head-on collision and killing myself. And when I did, it's a crotch rocket motorcycle, and when it hit the grass, the wheel just turned, yanked on me, and it started flipping, and I rolled down the road about 55 miles an hour, flipping down the road.
You were flipping down the road 55 miles an hour? You
Yes,
must have
ma'am.
been going very fast, Mr. Cranford.
Well, the speed limit was 55.
Do you have a license to drive a motorcycle?
No, ma'am. I've got a driver's license, but not a.
Do you
I
need
didn't
a
realize I had to have a motorcycle license to drive. I figured it was just like a driver's license. I didn't even know at the time.
Well, how many times have you driven a motorcycle?
I've driven it a few times back when I was younger, but
But a what?
I haven't recently.
Well, if you don't drive a motorcycle for a long time and you don't have any special training, it would seem to me that despite the fact that the speed limit is 55 miles an hour, I would not, if I were prudent, Do you know what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
If I were prudent, I wouldn't go on a twisty, windy road where everybody goes very fast, because that's what you said, that you knew about this road that you were on, because you come from the area, so you know that everybody goes very fast. I wouldn't take a motorcycle that I had no experience with and drive on a dangerous road and go 55 miles an hour. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
I got it. But I want to tell you something. You're going to have this bike fixed? Do you have the estimate to fix it?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the estimate to fix it?
Estimate comes to over $7,000.
I wouldn't let your son drive it again for a while, because he is complicit in this, despite the fact that he's 17 years old. And you are how old?
27.
Because he didn't have to let him ride it.
I feel like he was influenced by the older kid.
Well, Mr. Browning, that may be. But if you let him ride the motorcycle again and let him have it back, he hasn't learned anything from it.
I agree.
And if you're going to entrust what could be a weapon to a child's hand, you have to assume the consequences.
Well, my son's been through a motorcycle safety course. I sent him through that before he ever
doesn't know
rode
the
it.
word no.
Most 17-year-olds don't. And
Well, that's what I'm saying to you, Mr. Browning. But for the fact that your son let him ride this motorcycle, we wouldn't be standing here today. And that was very bad judgment on his part. Immature judgment. He could easily be swayed. This time he was swayed by somebody who's 27. Next time it could be somebody who's 14. And if it's somebody who's 14 and they get hurt on your motorcycle, you're not going to have a home anymore. Or a
they're
car,
lucky someone didn't get
or
hurt.
a motorcycle, or anything else. So, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. It's your fault. You got to say, my fault, my bad, my responsibility. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody's excused. You may step out.
I got the phone call about 10 minutes after going back to work.
When I got down the road, the inevitable happened.
I was just scared.
26-year-old Tyrone Smith is suing his ex-girlfriend, 26-year-old Christy Bruffett, for lying about the paternity of her child. Tyrone claims Christy told him that he was the father.
All rise. This is case number 39, Your Honor, on the calendar in the matter of Smith versus Bruffett.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Smith, it is your claim that the defendant defrauded you and leading you to believe that you were the father of her child. You want attorney's fees and all kinds of compensatory damages. Ms. Bruffett says that you knew all along that you were not the baby's biological father, and she is counterclaiming for harassment and other stuff. I assume that there was a time that two of you were in a relationship.
Yes.
When was that?
2001.
Are you asking me? I wasn't there.
No, it was in 2001.
And when was your daughter born?
My daughter was born January 7th, 2001.
Were you together at the time?
Yes.
Yes, we were.
I'm going to go to you. Your answer suggests that Mr. Smith was aware all along that he was not the child's biological father. I'm going to hear your explanation with regard to that.
Yes, he was, Your Honor. We had started dating briefly when we were working together in December.
December of 2000?
99.
December of 99.
Yes. He had left Minneapolis and went to Chicago for what he said would be a brief period of time when we first started dating, in turn being quite a few months.
How many months?
He left towards the end of January of 2000. He did not return until close to the end of April of 2000.
Is that right?
No. Ain't no way Chrissy told me that little girl was mine, and I signed.
Whether you went to Minneapolis.
No. I was working in Minnesota, so ain't no way I left.
Okay, keep going, Miss Bruffett.
My child was conceived at the very beginning of April by Matthew Moore. When he returned, it was the end of April. He had known of me and Matthew's relationship, but was
Don't tell me what he knew. Tell me what you said to him.
I had told him that I was in a relationship when he had came back from Chicago. Matthew, in turn, towards the end of May, had left and decided he was moving to Florida, and me and Tyrone had started dating again then. But he knew I told him that I was pregnant before he had came back from Chicago in a phone conversation.
Is that right, sir?
No, ma'am.
Doesn't sound right to me.
No, ma'am.
Keep going.
Okay. Up through the pregnancy, we were together, we were dating, all the way up and through my daughter was born. When my daughter was born, he had told me that throughout the whole time that he wanted to be a father to her. He would be that figure because Matthew was not going to return from Florida. Tyrone had told me that he wanted to be the one to step up to the plate. He would take care of her. We would be together. We had plans on being engaged or being married in the future, he had told me then that he didn't want his family to know he wasn't her father because they already did not approve of me and his relationship.
Yana, okay.
So at that point, we had decided that he was going to be her father figure. When she was born, I had told him that I wanted to leave the birth certificate blank in the case that Matthew were to ever return, and that was only fair. And he said that that wouldn't be viable to his family or mine. We argued back and forth about it.
How did this all play out then after 2001? That's what I want to know. Because right now, the child is 6 years old.
Exactly.
And so I want you to tell me, Mr. Smith, what happened 6 years later that brings you to court today?
Well, I was served papers for child support, and I hired myself a lawyer because I wanted
Who
to...
filed the petition for child support?
No,
He did, Your Honor.
She applied for welfare.
No, I didn't, Your Honor. I work full-time. I got papers in the mail being served that I was the defendant in a case regarding him taking me to court for visitation, and in turn meaning that he'd have to pay child support in our county in order to have visitation with my child. He brought the action, Your Honor. He is the plaintiff on both of these.
Well, there was a motion in Hennepin County for child support.
That was an action that he brought with
He brought
a
an
visitation.
action for what? For child support? To pay child support?
In our
You
county,
brought an
you have
action
to.
to pay child support, sir?
No.
I never heard of that. I've been a judge for a very long time. See, Miss Bruffett, my problem is he's fighting the child support in this action.
Exactly.
He's fighting it. He doesn't want to pay it. He's saying, listen, I have no money left. You know, I have a 5-month-old baby. I live. Here's my rent. Here's my lease on my apartment. Here's what I earn.
Yep.
I can't afford to pay any more child support, so I don't get the fact that he petitioned the court for child support. Now, why do you keep looking for her, sir?
Ain't nobody looking for Chrissy.
You weren't looking for her?
No.
I have
For what
police reports
reason?
to that effect, Your Honor.
I'd like to see the police report, please. The only indication here that's interesting is he said he wanted to come over to see the child they have in common. And victim, that would be you, advised that he couldn't come over and that he's not supposed to be calling. So he said, I want to come over to see my daughter. And you said he couldn't. You didn't say it's not your daughter.
Ain't no way I called.
Shut.
Okay.
I do also have that actually in a court finding paper that when we were in court in front of a judge for this order for protection 2004, that I was very adamant through all of that she was not his child, and I just wanted him to leave me alone.
That I want to
That's
see.
all I've ever asked, is that he just leave us alone.
Sir, what I want to know is why you're here now in 2007 when in 2004 she clearly told you that you were not the father of this child.
Right.
She told you that
Exactly.
3 years ago.
Yep.
What woke you up now?
What woke me up now was, I don't know, it took
Your
me,
Honor, he
you
has
know,
been harassing me for
I
6.5 years.
Yeah, but-
This is just another form. I'm sorry.
What woke me up, I don't know.
Well, why don't you say something to try to wake me up, sir? She told you at least 3
Well, the
years ago.
reason-
Listen to me. At least 3 years ago.
Right.
At least 3 years ago, she insisted before a judge that you are not the father of the child.
Why she didn't let that be known to the child support people then?
Listen, I don't see any of those papers. I mean, you don't have those papers. What you gave me were papers where, in the matter of the child, you are the plaintiff.
Exactly.
You're the plaintiff, not the county. You're the plaintiff.
Otherwise, Your Honor, he have papers to the effect of Hennepin County.
And
versus
that's
Tyrone.
July of 2006.
Exactly.
July 2006.
Listen, if you're going to agree with me once more, I'm going to throw you out and grant this petition. Do you understand?
Okay.
Good. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost too. You got me lost
Well,
too.
I'm kind of lost too.
Yeah,
I mean, you were
but-
told by a judge 3 years ago that she says you're not the father of the child. And now you want attorney's fees
Exactly.
and court costs and everything else for
Yeah.
an attorney that you just hired 3 years later in order to get visitation and have a blood test done, and you want the blood test done. She told you weren't the father.
Yana, I had to hire that lawyer because I didn't have her address. I didn't know how to serve her
Your
her
Honor, my
papers.
address is private from him.
She put an order of protection on me, so ain't no way I can get her address.
What did you need her address for?
So she can get served her papers.
What
for my,
papers?
For
I don't want to hear
visitation
you.
see
Don't
I
you get
live.
it?
To see, visitation
You know,
to see
I don't
I
think
live.
that you're worried about him because you keep interrupting him. You know, if you were cowering and worried about him, as you indicate you are in your answer, then you wouldn't be freely contradicting him. Now, when was the last time, Miss Bruffett, that you alleged that Mr. Smith bothered you?
The last incident was the last job that I had to leave because of him when I filed for that last order for protection
Would you give
in
me the
2004.
date, please?
It was February of 2004.
Well, that's a long time ago. It's over. Put a period. Finished.
Yes.
Not a good idea, if I believe you, which I'm sort of on the fence about. Not a good idea to insert somebody else's name on a birth certificate that is not biologically related to a child. It confuses the child. Put your hand down. Do you understand?
I do.
Unfair.
I do.
Unfair. Look what happens. She go try to get a kidney from him. And what'll happen when she's 18? Ridiculous. Mr. Smith, you are finally free.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Thank you.
I am. I dodged the aunt.
And Miss Bruffett would really like you to leave her alone.
Been there, done that. Long time
And
ago.
I think that you're going to leave her alone.
Oh, yeah. Been there, done that. I got a wife and a son that needs me more than anybody, you know.
Your case is dismissed. It's over. Finished. Put a period. So is yours. Finished. Over. It's dismissed. Goodbye.
Thanks, Your Honor.
What is our excuse, sir? Stay here.
This is just, like I said, another form, another way to get at me, another way to find me, seek me out.
Ain't nobody thinking about a big... Come on, man.
I'm sure there'll be something else in the future.
For some attention.
I wish him the best. Hope he's happy with his new family.
Kind of sad because I didn't get the money that I had to pay for that lawyer.
Just leave me alone.
But it's all good.
For fraudulently representing himself as a divorce attorney. She is asking for the return of his fee.
Miss Forsyth, it is your claim that the defendant fraudulently held himself out to be an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
You gave him money in order to help you procure a divorce from your husband, and the papers were never properly filed, according to you. You want your money back.
Yep.
Mr. Taylor says that he never told you he was a lawyer. He was trying to help you out and do you a favor, and he did everything that he was supposed to do, and you're entitled to no money back. How did you meet him?
Actually, I had seen one of his signs posted up on a telephone pole.
Can I see it, please?
During the time, I was being evicted, so I originally contacted him to help me with an eviction.
Okay, just a second. Shh. Is this your sign, sir?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. So you called him, and did he help you?
Yes. The eviction went through just fine, just as he promised. And shortly after that, I had contacted him to assist me in my divorce. And he said he could help me out. He did family law.
Did he have an office that you went to previously?
I never went to the office, no. He always came and met me places.
How much did you pay him the first time?
The first time, I believe it was $375.
For the eviction?
For the eviction, yes.
Now, when you called him and told him that you'd had a family law problem, did he indicate to you that he did that sort of work?
Yeah.
What did he say?
On the business card that I had, it listed family law as one of his services.
Do you have a copy of the business card?
I don't have the original business card that he gave me, but I do have a copy.
I'd like to see it.
And it does state attorney at law.
Where did you get this copy from?
On my contract, that address right there, when I went there looking for him when I was trying to get my money back, the leasing manager there, she gave me the copy of that business card. But that's the exact same business card that I had.
You recognize this card?
No, Your Honor, I don't. No.
Is this a copy of your contract, sir?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And, Your Honor, I do have...
Shh. This says it is understood by all parties that Inland Valley Legal Service staff members are not practicing attorneys at law.
Yes. I had read that after the fact, and then I saw his card, and I said, well, to myself...
No, you don't have his card. You have something that you claim somebody else gave
Exactly.
you, so you can throw that away. That's nonsense.
And Your Honor...
That's nonsense.
But I wanted to prove that he was also giving this business card to other people.
Listen to me. If you had the business card, that would be one thing.
I know.
But you don't.
I lost it.
And this is something that somebody else gave you.
Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, if I may...
You may not. I'm not finished yet.
All right.
Now, so what you're telling me is you didn't read this before you signed it?
No, I did. And when I saw his business card that said attorney at law, I presumed, I know that is very wrong, but I presumed that he was the supervising attorney for Inland Valley Legal. And when I confronted him about what it says where his signature is at, the staff representative, why it didn't say attorney at law, he said it was a typographical error that his assistant made.
Your Honor, that's not true.
So, according to this, it says that you're signing on for these people, to paraphrase, to do all the paperwork for you, but they are not lawyers. You understand that they are not lawyers. They cannot represent you in court as lawyers. That you will be appearing pro se, which means yourself. Now, he was supposed to get papers together. Did he get the papers together for you?
He did, and he did not.
Just a second. Got the papers together for you.
Semi.
What do you mean semi? The only thing that wasn't done, according to what I read, was the fact that he prepared the papers for you if you're divorced, but your husband is in prison. Is that right? And that it's very difficult to serve someone in prison because you have to go through a whole process. You have to serve the warden of the prison, you have to serve the commissioner of corrections, all of that stuff. That's not something he was doing. That was something he told you to do. That's what he says.
No. That is something he told me to contact the prison, get the information where he needed to send it to, which I did. I told him that it needs to be sent to the litigation coordinator in the prison, and he sends me a proof of service by mail by the third time I went to court and said the first one didn't have the correct address on it, and the second one he had taken in there and wrote in there the rest of the information. And he said he was going to handle all of that for me.
Now I got it. So the problem was that the papers were never properly served on your husband.
Exactly.
And in order for you to be divorced, he has to be properly served.
Of course.
So now let us assume that if she didn't read these papers, that's her problem. That you've clearly made out in the papers that you are a staff representative. That's what it says, not the attorney in charge.
That's right.
She doesn't know how to read. That's not my problem. That's not your problem.
Exactly.
Okay. My problem is you undertook, and I believe her, to have these papers properly served on the defendant. You undertook to do that, at least on 2 separate occasions. What happened?
Well, by me not actually being an attorney during the divorce.
And I want you to understand something, sir. I'm smarter than she is. So if you're going to give me a lot of who shot John,
oh no,
I'm
going to make it very
to annihilate you.
I'm going to make it very
I'm going to
brief.
annihilate you.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right? So don't try to smooth talk me like you can smooth talk them. It doesn't work. Okay. Right? I don't need anything from you, and I don't like you. Do you understand? Because I think that you take advantage of people.
Okay.
But let us see if you took advantage of this lady.
Okay.
Let's go. You tried to serve him once, and you had the wrong address, correct?
No, Your Honor.
Go.
When we went down to the court to file the documents for the divorce, I gave Miss Forsythe all of the copies of the documents in order for her to have her husband served because she informed me that he was incarcerated. I informed her that it would be impossible for me to serve him by him being incarcerated because the only person that would be able to go to the prison would be an actual attorney to see this man.
That's not true.
Well, that was my understanding.
Well, that's why you shouldn't be giving out legal advice, sir. That was your last mistake. That was your last mistake. That was legal advice that you just gave her without looking it up in the books. Because every jurisdiction has a provision for how prisoners are to be served. And you don't have to be his wife in order to serve him.
Exactly.
And you don't have to be his lawyer in order to serve him. That's what you have process service for, or you have proper service that can be done by mail. You may serve in person the commissioner of prisons. You may serve the warden of the prison. Do you understand, sir? So you gave her legal advice. And by giving her legal advice, you practiced law without a license. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Wasn't that simple? How much money did she pay you?
I believe she paid me a total of $325.
How much money did you pay her?
$425, you have the receipts.
$425.
Yes, ma'am.
$425. You have to give that back to her, sir, because by making that simple statement to her, here are the papers, you have to have him served because somebody has to go up there and serve him personally because I can't go up there. You gave her advice, and it was wrong advice. Just prepare the papers. That's what you're entitled to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $425.
Thank you.
Kim and Lon Weishart are suing Kim's son, 23-year-old Ralph Smith, for the balance on a truck. The plaintiffs claim Ralph wrecked the vehicle and then stopped paying for it.
All rise. Now it's case number 3 on the calendar in the matter of Weishart versus Smith. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, ma'am. Have a seat.
Whose son is he?
My son.
Well, we have a son and we have a stepson.
That's my son, his stepson.
How long have the two of you been married?
15 years in September.
And how old are you?
23.
How long have you been together?
16 years.
So you were a little boy, so I can understand when you said he's ours. According to your complaint, you co-signed a car for him.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
How old were you when they co-signed for this car loan?
20.
You don't have to reach in. This modern technology will actually pick up your voice if you stand straight. Now, the agreement that you had with your parents was that you were going to make the payments on the car. Is that right?
For the first year.
I'm going to get back to your year agreement in 1 second, because that sounds sort of interesting. In any event, what happened was he made sporadic payments on the car, and then he totaled the car.
So what actually happened was we co-signed for the truck for him. He was doing very well at that time. They had just had their son, bought a new home, had a good job, and was doing very well. So we co-signed.
He totaled the car, and you're making payments on it, on the loan.
That's correct.
Now, you want him to take over those payments. That's what the case is about, right?
Yes, about paying his truck payments.
Right. They co-signed the car, and you're going to convince me, sir, why I should believe that you only agreed to make the payments for the first year.
Yes, I am.
And I tell you, I am all ears.
Okay, first, my parents flew into Tennessee from Texas, and he asked me, did we want to go out and look at trucks? Because my car seat wouldn't fit in my car, really, for my child, and his golf clubs wouldn't fit in there. So anyway, we go to look at cars, and he's saying he likes this truck and asks me if I like it. And I say, yeah, I like it, you know. And he's telling me how I need a truck for my car seat, for his golf clubs, for when they come into town, they can drive it, and I could drive it while they weren't in town.
Keep going. Come on.
That's
Let's
it.
go.
I paid the first year's payments. I had money saved up from income taxes, and I told him I could make the first year's payment, and he said, don't worry about it, we'll make the rest.
How many vehicles do you have?
2.
One for you and one for?
Them.
One for them.
Yeah, the wrecked one.
Oh, we're not talking about the truck. How many vehicles did you have at the time that you were making the payments?
I had one before the truck, including the truck, too.
And what did you do with the second one?
I sold it so I could put the money down for the truck.
Good. And did you put the money down for the truck?
Yes, I did.
How much?
$1,000.
Were you supposed to keep the insurance on the truck?
Yes, I was.
Did you do that?
No.
Why not?
Because I canceled it about 3 weeks before I had the accident.
Why?
Because I had bought a new house, and I'd rather have my house than my truck, so I can at least sleep in it.
Well, that was ridiculous. You don't drive a car without insurance. What would happen if you hit somebody and really hurt them?
I would be in trouble.
Right. And what do you think's going to happen to you today because you didn't have insurance?
I don't know. I guess that's up to you.
You're right.
So we have pictures of the truck. We also have a copy of the loan agreement and then where we paid the truck payments from our checking, if you would like to see any of those.
I also have some evidence also. They had co-signed for a car, the car that I had sold. That's what I had told him. That car ran fine. I didn't need another vehicle, but...
You just told me that the car seat for your baby didn't fit in your car.
It did. He said it didn't fit good
No,
enough.
you told me it didn't fit.
It fit. I mean, we had to drive him around for a few months before then, so he had to fit somehow.
Not necessarily.
Well, you think we rode down the road with him in our lap?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Your Honor, that was casual conversation when we came in to visit into town. We were going somewhere, and he was struggling to get the car seat in the car. And that's when I said, wow, you just need to go get a new vehicle. You know, I recommended getting a truck with an extended cab as well so that it could put the baby seat in and out of the truck easily.
Who did you hit in this truck?
A pile of rocks.
Were you drunk?
No.
Did you fall asleep?
No. It's the first time I had been down this road and we were going to where we live.
Well, a pile of rocks doesn't move, sir. This is a lot of damage to do on the car.
It was summer and the trees were sprung out, obviously, and they have a stop sign, a head sign, and it's only about 3 feet before the stop sign. With the trees bloomed out, you couldn't really see it at nighttime, so I went to stop and...
So whose fault do you think that is?
Mine. I have the car anyway, like I was saying, that I had before. They co-signed for it. I paid every payment on it. I had 1 year lease and I paid it off in 10 months.
Well, sure. You
So
know why?
why would I
Because you
not-
still have it.
Why would I not pay the truck if...
Because of something that you just told me, sir, which was that you wrecked it. And you wrecked it at a time when you had no insurance on it. And you didn't have insurance on it because you chose to put money into your house rather than pay your car insurance. That's why you didn't pay them. That's the difference. Did I just answer your question?
No.
Well, I think I answered it. You may not like the answer, but I answered it.
That's not why I didn't pay the payments. I did not pay the payments because I was only supposed to pay 1 year, and that's what I
No,
paid.
did you make any payments, sir, after you totaled the truck?
No, I didn't, because my
Did
year
you
was
make
paid.
payments before you totaled the truck?
Yes, I did. But it was 1 year, and it had just so happened that
You mean
when
just
that 1 year...
serendipitously, you wrecked the truck on the first year anniversary. That was serendipitous.
It was a month after. It was a month after he wrecked it. And Your Honor, for that month of May, which made it up to a year, he didn't make that payment either. He was having a hard time at home with his family. They weren't getting along too well.
Why weren't you getting along too well with your family?
Because we were pinched for money. That's why I had to cancel my insurance. We wasn't making bills. We were stressed out.
Well, that's unfortunate. Did you buy a house that was too much for you?
No, I did not. I bought a truck that was too much for me for 1 year, I guess, and didn't pay the insurance.
No, because if you were stressed out, then you're stressed out over more than just a truck payment.
Exactly.
Then what you do is say, listen, I have to sell this truck, and I have to buy transportation because we need transportation, but I can't afford this truck. You don't just stop paying. Does your wife work?
Yes, she does.
And you work?
Yes, I do.
How much do you earn?
$390 a week.
And your wife?
She earns $500 a week.
And your mortgage payment?
Zero. $350. We rent now. We sold that house.
Did you make a profit when you sold it?
Yes, I did.
And didn't pay a payment then either.
I bought
Got
a
his
new
tax
vehicle.
check, not a new vehicle,
Well-
$1,400.
Listen, there's no
16.
question in my mind that it was very difficult for you to come here to sue him. How much did you have to pay on the truck?
We paid approximately up to $6,000. The first year from May of 05 to 06, we made payments on the truck every month. He had called
When
us
did he total the truck?
in June of 05.
So where have you been the last 2 years?
Well, it's kind of hard. I mean, you know, you love your children and you want what's best for them and you try to help them. And we had told him a couple times down the road, you know, when we felt like him and Susie were getting their lives together, that, hey, don't worry about paying us what you owe us on the truck. Just start paying the payments now, and we'll wipe the slate clean if you start paying the payments. And we've done that a couple of times for him.
4.
And he always says that he'll pay, and then when that month rolls around, he doesn't. So, and it's hard for a parent to take their child.
I don't say that. I never said I'd pay a payment after that year.
Oh, sure you did. It's ridiculous to
I
think
did not say
otherwise.
that.
Ridiculous to say otherwise. So the total amount of the payments was $13,263. Is that right? And he paid a year's worth.
He paid a year's worth.
And that's
well, just
from
short of
04.
1 month.
I got right here what I paid.
It was
Where is
actually
the
11
truck?
months.
Where is the truck now? It was totaled?
It's sitting in my sister's driveway.
Where did you get this figure of $3,696 from?
Well, this is why, Your Honor, from May of 05, when we started making the payments, he called us at the end of May and said, look, I'm not going to be able to make May's payment. And we said, all right, we'll help you out. By the time it was ready to make that payment, June had rolled in, and we said, okay, we'll make June for you as well. So there was 2 months, because we know they were struggling a little bit. And shortly after, he wrecked his truck. He totaled it. You know, he told us a few days later that he totaled it and that he had been drinking, so.
I want to know where you get the $3,696. Get there. Well, get there faster.
Okay.
It's $221.05 a month. There were a few months that he said that he was going to make the payment, did not make the payment, so
It's not
there's late
true.
fees and things like that added on to that. So from the time that he wrecked the truck, which was June
June of 05.
05.
Yes, ma'am.
It was July 1st.
And it may be in July 1st. The end of June, maybe July 1st. But
Go ahead.
So anyways, from that point on, Your Honor,
Okay.
that's where we came up with the figure from.
Got it.
I have all my paperwork for the payments. I was only supposed to make 1 year's payment. I have them, and I have the paperwork where they co-signed before, and I made every payment and even paid it
I
off
believe
2
you
months
made every payment. You also have the car.
I
Stop
don't have the
making-
car. It's sold.
What you gave me here is the payments from your bank to West State Farm Bank. Is that where the truck was
Yes,
financed?
State Farm.
Very good. Listen, don't co-sign for anybody anymore, even your kid.
Yeah, this is our second time.
Huh?
This is
This is
our
our second
oldest daughter got us as well.
They probably made the same deal with her.
There's no deals. It's just trying to help your children.
Don't take advantage of your parents. They seem like very nice people.
I'm not taking advantage
Yeah,
of them.
judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,696. That's all. Step out.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I probably caused problems between us.
I think it's been a huge rip, but I'm hoping now that everything's settled through court that we can put it behind us and move on.
Hope everything is better, you know.
I'm relieved that it's all over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Durlow versus Barrett. Step forward, please.
Paxton Durlow is suing tattoo artist Breezy Barrett for breach of contract on the bartering of a vehicle. Paxton says Breezy was supposed to tattoo him in exchange for a truck.
Mr. Durlow, you had a truck, And you traded your truck for services to be performed by the defendant, who's a tattoo artist. She paid some in cash for the truck, is that right?
Correct.
And the remainder was to be worked off in this barter arrangement. Is that right?
There was also a bike included in the deal as well.
That you got?
Yes, correct.
Your claim is that Miss Berendt did half of the tattoo and then modified the agreement that you had to complete the tattoo by telling you that you could only come for your appointments between 9 and 12 at a time when you work, therefore requiring that you go to somebody else to have the tattoo finished.
Correct.
That's what you want to pay for, plus some harassment nonsense. Everybody's been harassed. You know who's most harassed here?
You.
And Miss Berendt says that you caused her to lose business because what you did was you kept canceling appointments, and in addition to that, you sexually harassed her, so she's counterclaiming. When did you make this deal with the truck?
I'm not exact on the dates at all. I mean, I have the contract, I guess, in here. So
okay, so let me have the contract, please. Okay, so the sales agreement requires that the tattoo is to be completed in 2-hour sessions, no more than 3 weeks apart, unless otherwise agreed to by the parties, and that's dated 7/21/06, correct?
Correct. Yes.
When did you start the tattoo?
I was already in the middle of tattoos. This deal came on after I was already getting work from her.
So when you were supposed to start it in 2-hour sessions, according to the agreement?
Yes, that would have been starting that date.
So? What happened?
Well, the appointments were going well. Then I would get an occasional push. She would ask me if I could come in on a different day because there was a person that absolutely had to have that appointment. And it was a way for her to make money and that she was a sole provider for her home. So I agreed. And then it became redundant. And then
what?
I didn't agree any further. It started getting to where I couldn't get anything done.
Did you ever cancel appointments yourself?
The last time that I had an appointment to go to was one I canceled.
How many times did she change your appointment?
I believe 4 times, maybe even more.
And it was always because she had a paying customer?
A paying customer or something came up. She did have a mother who was terminally ill, which I fully understood. And she also changed appointments there too, which I did not consider in the claim.
Okay. When did she tell you about this business of only coming in the morning?
After a discussion of me not getting anything done. The whole conversation was via text, and I have it, if you'd like
I'd like to see it.
Would you like to see pictures of the truck as well?
No.
Okay.
Not necessary. Breezy, you're Breezy, right?
Yes.
Here's your problem. It is clear to me that the two of you have a dispute in these text messages with regard to whose fault it was, etc. You know, clearly you were not yourself as a result of your mother's illness, because that's clear from these emails, and that there were certain stresses in your life. But when you say to him, in the future, you shouldn't off your artist until after the work is done, would be enough for me to say that you breached this contract and I wouldn't let you do any work on me. That's a threat. I mean, I don't know anything about tattoos except that I've seen them. They're done with needles, right? Correct. I wouldn't let anybody near me with a needle who said to me I wouldn't take any action until after it was all done and I was happy. You want to say anything to me?
I would love to.
Go ahead.
After 6 months of tattooing on him, I canceled 2 appointments.
Well, that's too many.
One being I'm a sole provider of my children. I only work 5 hours a day because I have preschool pickup, drop off, daycare closes.
Whatever. Listen,
okay.
He's not your mother. He's not your sister. He's not your brother.
He was a friend.
Just a second. You canceled 2 appointments. Not tragic.
My second appointment I canceled was because his appointment was 2 days after my mother died.
You canceled the 2 appointments.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm not making a big deal out of it.
So he called and made 4 appointments, 2 weeks, 2 hours back to back. No showed on every one of them. I only work 5 hours a day.
Show me.
Show.
Show
it's
me.
right here.
He says that that's not true.
Right here.
It's in pencil, Your Honor.
It doesn't matter if it's in pencil.
Let me take a look at it.
That's my appointment book. Here's my apprentice who helps make all my appointments.
Do you remember independently making these appointments?
She wasn't there at that time.
Just a second. Just answer my question. Do you remember independently making these appointments, yes or no?
During that point in time.
Just answer my question. Fine. Thank you. I want you to give me the date of the first appointment. Would you give that book back to her, please? Give me the date of the first appointment you say he missed.
Monday, January 15th.
What was the next one?
1/19/07.
Well, that's not 2 weeks apart.
No, he called after no showing and said Sorry, can you get me in? So I did. I slid him in.
Okay, well, that's not 2 weeks apart. First, you told me he made appointments 2 weeks apart over a month and didn't appear. So now it's 1:15:07.
Okay.
Then you Then you said he called you and said, I'm sorry, could you fit me in? You made it for 1:19:07, and then you say he didn't show up.
Then he had February 4th.
Go ahead.
Then he had February 16th.
Can you show me, Ms. Berendt, anywhere in these text messages where you say that he missed appointments on the 15th, the 19th, or February 4th, which is why you decided to change the rule, because you have a lot of emails going back and forth, a lot of bad language going back and, well, from your end. But there isn't, according to what I see here, one place where you wrote in your email that he missed appointments on January 15th, January 19th, or February 4th. And all of these text messages were written on February 6th. Not one place do you talk about 3 missed appointments.
Those are his text messages.
Show me yours.
That phone was dropped in the toilet.
Oh.
But he could easily have left off the first 4 emails for you.
He could have. And your phone maybe could have been dried off from the toilet. You have to take care of the rest of his tattoo. That was your contract with him.
I never had a problem with that.
That was your contract. How much will it cost to finish the tattoo?
It's an estimate because, I mean...
How much is the estimate?
I have it right here if you'd like to see it. He believes it to be between $1,440 and $1,800.
Can I see, please?
It depends on the work.
Where is it? Is it on your arm?
It's on both arms. And
got it.
There's not more than $600 left there.
Well, then you should have done it yourself.
I would love to.
Well, you can't because you threatened him. Okay. Now, you also don't mention anywhere the sexual harassment that you talk about. You want to tell me about it?
Yeah, the entire time I worked on him, it was fondling me, grabbing on me. I leave my wife for you the whole time. That's why she's
good.
here.
Okay. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. The counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
What is our excuse? You may step out.
Because men can't suck up their pride and apologize.
somehow, some way, I still consider Breezy an awesome artist and a good person.
You look as if this money really put a dent in your wallet.
Yes, ma'am.
In addition, you claim not only to have given him money, but to have been the victim of his bad temper.
Yes, ma'am.
You claim that he assaulted you and you want him to be responsible for that as well. Mr. Siegert says that there was, over the course of your relationship, money moved back and forth. There was never any understanding that he was going to repay this money that you gave him. He doesn't much talk about the assault, but he will today. So, when did you and the defendant start to live together?
Ma'am, we first started living together around 13 September of 06.
And did you move in together to a place, or did he move into your apartment?
Ma'am, he's on parole. He got released from parole and got what is called live-outs. So therefore, he was given permission to live with me in my condo and do a work release type program.
What were you in prison for, Mr. Siegert?
I was DWI. It was a suspended sentence, Your Honor.
So you weren't in prison?
No, ma'am.
When did you move into her apartment, sir? On September 13th?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was the financial arrangement, Mr. Siegert, when you moved into her apartment?
There wasn't none. There was no agreement whatsoever. And when I basically found another place, which was back with my parents, then I moved out.
When was that?
Well, September 13th I moved in, so I would say October. And November was when we were splitting up a lot, fighting.
Is that right?
Ma'am, he moved out the 13th of December. And that was the final day when all the stuff got removed from my residence.
Okay. So let's hear about the money you claim he owes you.
Okay. Around the 26th of August, he had to go down to Texas for his child support hearing. Basically, he owed around $15,000 in back child support. They were going to throw him in jail, and he had to go to court down there. He stressed the importance of being able to see his daughter and have his daughter into his life, and really was upset and asked me for help. I went at that time with him to City Financial Bank, and I took out a loan for $5,000. I then turned around and deposited that money into my account. I transferred $3,000 from savings to checkings on the 29th so I could write the check of check number 1222.
For what?
For his attorney, for the retainer.
And how did you get the name of the attorney?
He had provided the name of the attorney, ma'am.
And how did you get the city and state of the attorney?
He provided it, ma'am.
And how did you get the amount that was owed the attorney?
He provided it, ma'am.
Did you speak to the attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And you got the telephone number from?
The defendant.
Is that all correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, when you sent this money down, what kind of discussion did you have with Mr. Siegert with regard to the money?
Ma'am, he promised that he would pay me back on the monthly payments that were due, and he claimed that
Because this was a loan that you were going to be paying back. You didn't just take money out of your bank. And how much were the monthly payments?
They were around $148 a month.
That's a pretty exact number. Were they $148 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So that's the first amount of money. What else?
The other amounts that I helped him out with was basically the rent, which we had the agreement.
Forget rent. If you didn't pay the rent the first month, you should have kicked him out. Anything else?
I don't believe so.
Now you want to tell me about when this assault allegedly took place?
Yes, ma'am. The assault happened on 31 December at around 12:30 in the morning. The defendant came over. He had still had house keys since he had previously moved out on the 13th. He came in. He was drunk at the time, came into my bedroom, was trying to talk to me while he was drunk. I told him to get out. We got into a fight because I threatened to call the police. And basically, he slapped the cell phone out of my hands. He grabbed me. I was on the chair, and he pinned me down. He had one hand over my nose and one over my mouth, and he says, "How does it feel knowing that I've got your life in my hands?" I then told him to get off. I couldn't catch my breath, and I proceeded to just get extremely dizzy and sick.
And he left?
He left, but he took my vehicle in the process.
Okay, did he return the vehicle?
The cops contacted him. The vehicle got returned.
You called the police?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you arrested that day, sir?
No, Your Honor.
How did they get the car?
I ended up bringing it back to her because reported phone calls and stuff like that and threats. So I brought it back. I didn't want any more conflict whatsoever. But if you don't mind, Your Honor, the only evidence I have against that assault is right here from my PO stating...
Don't tell me what your PO states.
Okay.
Let's get to this money that Ms. Taskett laid out for you. $3,000 you acknowledge she gave towards your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, is this a retainer for an attorney, or was this to pay your child support?
An attorney.
An attorney for what?
For child support, I was fighting for custody and to take care of the back child support.
Why were you fighting for custody?
Well, I wanted to get my rights back.
What rights?
The standard visitation rights.
So, well, there's a difference between custody and visitation. So what were you fighting for?
Just my visitation. And to get back child support readjusted.
Well, did you get the back child support readjusted?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
To what?
It is down to about $7,000. And now I'm paying extra each month to get it back down.
Wouldn't it have been smarter to save the $3,000 for the lawyer and just give the $3,000 to your child?
I couldn't. I had to fight for myself. Because if I did not go down there and get it reduced, yes, I would have went to jail. Because it was an outrageous amount.
Well, how much was it a week?
It was a week. They didn't know my income right at the time because...
Don't tell me what they didn't know. I asked you a specific question. What was the amount of child support you were supposed to pay?
$384 a month.
Well, that's not an outrageous amount.
Well, it's, for one child, you don't get a C.
How much were you supposed to pay that you didn't pay a month?
$384 a month, Your Honor.
That was not an exorbitant amount.
No, it wasn't.
Why didn't you pay it?
Because I wasn't seeing her. She wouldn't let me.
Why didn't you go to court?
I was in the process of it. I didn't have the money.
You don't need money to go to court. Every domestic relations court in this country, you can appear pro bono if you want to, if it's important to you.
Very.
If it was important to you, that's what you do.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Where did you think you were coming today? To the beach?
I didn't think it would be brought up.
Why didn't you think it would be brought up?
Didn't cross my mind. I was thinking about
You have no mind.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Erica Heskett says ex-boyfriend Joseph Siegert owes for loans and an assault.
In any event, why should Miss Hassett pay this $3,000 for a lawyer that you needed to keep you out of jail because you didn't pay child support?
Because I actually had an agreement with my attorney on payment plans.
So why didn't you pay her? She has to pay $148 a month. How much were you supposed? If you were supposed to pay your lawyer a payment plan, how much were you supposed to pay your lawyer a month?
It was going to be $100 a week.
$100 a week, which is $400 a month.
Yes.
Well, this was only $148 a month. Why didn't you pay her?
She was paid, Your Honor.
How?
By cash,
No, that's not what you say here. I have your answer. And when you had time to write this answer, you had time to reflect. So don't give me a lot of baloney. The only thing that you say here is that you gave her a $2,800 settlement check. It's the only thing that you say that you gave her. Am I correct? That's what you say here. And you say there was money back and forth. But as far as this $3,000 is concerned, what you say, Mr. Siegert, is she took it upon herself to pay the lawyer. I never asked her.
She did. That's exactly how it went. She was being...
Who are you?
I'm his mother.
I would suggest you be quiet. So far, you haven't done a good job.
But, Your Honor, I...
Got it?
Yeah.
And I would keep the relationship to myself, especially today.
Your Honor, I did not ask her to go get the $3,000.
What I'm asking you, sir, is if you had an arrangement with the lawyer to give him $100 a week,
Yes.
which is $400 a month, and she laid it out, why didn't you give her the $400 a month until the $3,000 was paid off?
It was paid off, Your Honor.
Tell me how. That's what I'm
By a
listening.
settlement check. I was getting at it.
Well, then
I
get
got
there.
it. I received it in January 7th.
Settlement check for what?
I was fired for wrongful reasons.
Did you receive that $2,800
No, ma'am.
check?
No, ma'am.
Show me proof.
I have no proof, Your Honor, due to the fact that she entered my house a while back and took all my receipts and contracts
Mr.
everything
Siegert,
for that.
Mr. Siegert, I believe you this much, sir.
believe
Because
that.
all you have to do is call whoever sent you the settlement check. Get a copy of it, because if she endorsed it, they would have gotten it back, right?
I have a copy of
Show me.
the settlement at my house.
Just a second. You have a copy of the settlement at your house. Where did you think you were coming today? To the beach?
I didn't think it would be brought up.
Well, of course it would be brought up, sir. That's what you wrote in your answer. Why didn't you think it would be brought up?
Didn't cross my mind. I was thinking about
You
the
have no
assault.
mind. You owe her the $3,000. Now, let's hear your version of the events of the 31st of December when you entered her home.
I don't recollect hardly anything whatsoever
Why?
because I don't drink. I don't drive.
Well, you did drive because you just told me that you returned her car to her, so you clearly drove.
Well, not personally.
What do you mean not personally?
Well, because I was paying for a vehicle that I could not drive yet.
Look at you. I want you to look at your mother's face. Your mother is looking at you and saying, I really wish I wasn't here. Why
That
didn't
makes
I
two of
send
us, Your
somebody else? You have other children?
Yes.
You have older children?
Yes.
Why didn't I send one of the older kids with him? Why am I subjecting myself to sitting here and having a television camera on me, listening to this child that I reared? Listen, tell me about the 31st of December.
31st of December. Yes, she did call and report that I did assault her. As I know.
want you to tell me not what she did.
Your Honor, I honestly don't know what I did exactly on the 31st, but I know what
Because
she
you were
said
what?
I didn't do. What's that?
Because you were drinking?
No, Your Honor.
Well, if you don't know what you were doing on the 31st of December, either you were drinking or drugging or something.
Either I was working or sleeping. That was my life, Your Honor. I was on parole. That's what my life is now. I don't do anything that she says I do. Drink, drive, commit crimes, all that stuff. I've made my mistake, and I pay for it.
Not yet.
Obviously.
How many grandchildren does your mother have?
She has one, Your Honor.
Does she see that one grandchild?
Sorry, I apologize. She has three. One from me and two from my sister.
You don't have to bend down. We can hear you. Does she see the grandchild that is your child?
No.
Is that her choice, your choice, or the child's choice?
Neither. The mother's choice. That's why I'm in a battle.
Maybe you wouldn't be in such a battle if you paid your child support.
It's being paid, Your Honor.
Well, people usually don't go on an eating hiatus, Mr. Siegert,
Right.
including children. They have to eat regularly, they have to be clothed regularly. So the fact that you went on a child support hiatus doesn't necessarily endear you to the mother of your child.
Your Honor, I'm not saying that I didn't. Well, I didn't pay the child support. I'm not saying I didn't have her on and off. I had her, she got her money, but it wasn't recorded. That's what I'm saying. Now it's legal through the courts, and they didn't adjust anything, and that's why it's being adjusted from what I did already pay.
Listen, Miss Hassett, you weren't together with him very long, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Good for you.
I made a mistake.
You made a mistake.
A big one.
So right now, what you really out is $3,000. You have no difference in your rent, even though you say that he promised to pay you rent. He lived with you 3 months. You still living in the same condo?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a roommate?
No, ma'am.
Right. So Your primary problem is that you are stuck with this $3,000 loan that you took out to pay for his lawyer, and that he's responsible to pay. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused.
I found him when he was in a hard time of his life. I tried to help him out.
He's trying to keep me around by buying stuff, obviously.
He wanted to see his daughter.
It was nice, considerate stuff. I mean, I'm not complaining about it.
I just told him you can't buy love.
I don't know what goes through her mind anymore.
I am who I am, and I guess I'm a sucker.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Allen versus Stevens. Step forward.
22-year-old Lindsay Allen is suing eBay seller 26-year-old Karen Stevens for selling her a fake Louis Vuitton purse. Karen insists the purse is real.
Miss Allen, you purchased what you believe to be an authentic designer bag on the internet from the defendant. I think you paid $250 for it. When it arrived, it was your belief that it was a fake.
Yes.
And you spent another $35 to have someone examine it. And you are going to be showing me, according to your complaint, that it was determined that the bag was, in fact, a fake.
Yes.
Ms. Stevens says there is no way that the bag was fake, and she's going to prove to me that the bag was authentic. Can I see the bag, please?
Yes.
Why did you want this bag, by the way?
I just have always wanted an authentic Louis Vuitton purse. I did not know that what I was getting was a replica. I do have a real one here to compare.
I'd like to take a look at it, please.
The serial number on the authentic one is underneath the pouch.
This pouch?
Yeah, the interior pouch, right underneath it.
Oh, you would never know that unless you looked very carefully.
And there's no serial number on the replica as well. As you can see also, the stitching is uneven. In authentic Louis Vuitton purses, the stitching is usually close to perfect.
There were several things that are different.
Yes.
There is no authentication on the lock, and there is an authentication on the lock on this one. Have you ever examined a real one as compared to this one?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Stevens, what do you do for a living?
I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I sell on eBay.
Where did you get this bag from?
My mom.
Where did she get it from?
A good friend of hers. It was actually a gift.
Well, it's a fake.
I don't believe that it is.
Yeah, it is. Sure it is. Would you send it back to her? She's going to look at several things. First of all, she's going to look at the piping. She's going to look at the serial numbers inside. She's going to look at the lock. First, take a look at the lock on both. Take a look at the lock on the real one. Turn it over. One also has a serial number on the bottom. The one that you sold her does not.
Yes.
Now open up the real one. Open up the flap, and you'll see a serial number underneath the flap. See the serial number?
Yes.
Open up yours. See a serial number?
No, I do not.
Got it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You look like a very nice lady. She wants her money back. When did she call you and tell you that she wanted her money back?
She emailed me after receiving the purse saying that it was fake, and I said that I didn't believe that it was. And if she did believe that it was fake, I sent 7 different very detailed pictures to her of the purse that show the stitching. If she had any idea that it wasn't authentic or thought that it wasn't, I sent extra pictures.
Listen to me. You sent her the pictures for her to try to prove that it was a real purse.
Exactly.
But it's not.
But why did she not argue that if she thought that it was? Because I'm not a cheater or a stealer.
Now, I understand that, but she wanted her money back. And if you had said, listen, if you're dissatisfied with the purse, I'll give you your money back, we wouldn't be here today. But in order for her to prove to you that it was fake, she took it to somebody to authenticate it. Do you have the report? Can I see it, please?
Yes.
Okay. You want to sell things? That's what happens. I mean, if you don't know that something is authentic and you advertise it as a Louis Vuitton bag, you're advertising it as an authentic Louis Vuitton bag. Yes. Turns out that it is not an authentic Louis Vuitton bag. I can see that. I've shown you some examples of where you can look and see it. I don't think you're a dishonest lady. I think you thought perhaps she was mistaken. Maybe you thought she was trying to scam you and would send you back a different bag, which is what you say in your answer. In the meantime, the big bag goes back to the plaintiff. The little bag stays with the defendant, and she gets her money back, plus the cost of the expert, $285. Thank you very much. You're two nice ladies.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I didn't actually inspect the purse, so I didn't see the stitching. I didn't, notice that there were no serial numbers.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Flores versus Etty, step forward, please.
Business owner Wanda Flores is suing the father of her daughter's boyfriend, environmental technician Don Etty, for the value of a car. Wanda claims Don traded in her daughter's vehicle without her permission.
Miss Flores, is this your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your son?
Yes, it is.
Miss Flores, your daughter and the defendant's son have a child together.
Yes.
Your daughter is?
17.
Your son is?
18.
And how old is the child?
4 months.
So they were both underage when this child was conceived.
Yes.
In December of 2002, you claim that you gave your daughter an old car. In January of 2003, Mr. Etty took your daughter, I assume his son, down to a car dealership. Your daughter signed over the title. Mr. Etty purchased a newer car, right?
Yes.
He purchased it in his name, but with the understanding that the kids would be driving it and that your daughter and you would make the payments on the car.
Yes.
Then something happened and his son went to jail. And you claim that despite the fact that you and or your daughter were making payments on the car, Mr. Etty took the car back because it was in his name. And he says it got repossessed by the bank. So far, you following this, this Gone with the Wind?
I got it.
So what you want is the value of the car that you gave your daughter in December of 2002.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Etty tells a whole different story, which I'm going to let him get to. When you gave your daughter this car in 2002 in December, what date in December was it?
It was like a week before Christmas.
And where did you get the car from?
I've had it for years.
Was it running?
Yes. We just put a new front end on it. We really did a lot of work to it.
Did you have a conversation with Mr. Etty about trading in this car?
No, I didn't.
Did you give your daughter the title to the car?
No, I went, as soon as they got the car, they called me and asked me if I'd come and sign the title over.
Now I understand. So you gave them a gift, but there was an understanding with Mr. Etty that they were going to use that car as a trade-in.
Yes.
Okay. Now what was the agreement as far as payment?
The car was supposed to be put in their name. I know right now they couldn't put it in their name
That's
because
right.
they're teenagers.
Correct.
But William turns 18 in August.
At the time, they couldn't put the car in their name.
Yeah.
And they probably wouldn't give him a loan anyway.
Exactly.
So he put it in his name.
Yes.
What was the arrangement as far as payment was my question.
I was going to pay the payments with Michelle, and the car was supposed to be after they got old enough to put it back in their name.
January, February, when was the car repossessed?
I don't know.
What month, Mr. Etty?
It was last month.
Why?
Because of default on payment.
How many payments were missed?
One.
Which payment?
April's
April.
payment, yes. Your Honor, was due on the 8th of every month.
And there was no payment made in April?
No.
And that's why you took the car back?
Yes, ma'am.
So you would agree that if she can prove to me that she made April's payment, you're in trouble, right?
Yes.
Show me.
I don't have any proof. I really don't.
So what am I supposed to do?
I think they deserve a car for their new baby.
Well, Miss Flores, that's nice. There used to be a program, called The Millionaire. You wait for John Beresford Tipton to come knock at your door and give you $1 million, and then you go and buy whatever you like. You had an agreement. You had an agreement with Mr. Etty. Your agreement was that you would make the payments on this loan every month. He says that he repossessed the car because you did not make April's payment that was due April 8th, and he repossessed the car in May. And then it got repossessed by the bank because he couldn't make the payments either. My question to you is very simple. Show me you made April's payment, and then you have a case. You tell me, I can't. And I say, so what do you want from me? And you say, I think they deserve to have a car. So maybe you can convince Bird to buy him a car.
Your Honor.
If you breached your contract with Mr. Etty, you're not
I didn't have no contract with him.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You just testified under oath that you did. You don't understand, Miss Flores. You testified under oath that you had a contract, a verbal contract with him, that you would make the payments on this car.
No, I had a verbal contract with my daughter.
You can't.
Why?
She's 17. She can't make a contract. Only he can make a contract. And you testified that you had a contract. The contract was with him, that the payments would be made, and April's payment wasn't made. He had an absolute right to take back the car. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step on the calendar in the matter of Norrie versus Hathaway. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
All right, Miss Norrie, you owned a car.
Yes, I did.
Do you still own it?
No, I don't.
You allowed your boyfriend to drive the car.
Yes, I did.
Your boyfriend's name is Shane.
Yes.
According to what I've read here. And this would be Shane.
Yes, Your Honor.
Shane and the defendant went for a ride. The defendant somehow, after Shane went to sleep or whatever, went to a party and he wasn't in the shape to go home, the defendant decided to take the car, according to you, without Shane's permission and drive home.
Yes, Your Honor.
He wrecked the car.
Yes, he did.
And you want him to pay for the car.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Hathaway says, it's not my fault.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Hathaway is going to explain, not only to me, but he is going to explain to Officer Petrie Hawkinsbird how someone who was the sole driver of a car, who wrecked it, can establish to our satisfaction that it was somebody else's fault.
Okay.
Okay? Is that fair?
That's fair, Your Honor.
Very good. Step up here, Shane. Now, you borrowed the plaintiff's car when?
January 16th.
And what did you borrow the car for?
To go to Bridgewater State College. We went up there to visit a friend.
Did you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Did you?
Oh, did
On
I?
January 16th, 2003, have a driver's license?
No, I didn't.
How did you expect to drive her car without a driver's license, Shane?
Ben was driving the car there to the college. And then?
When you borrowed the car from your girlfriend, did you tell her that Mr. Hathaway was going to be driving the car?
No, I did not tell her that.
Were you going to be back that evening?
No, the next morning.
Who did you tell her was going to be driving the car?
Actually, I didn't tell her anything. She just knew Ben was going to be driving the car.
Is that right?
Yes, I knew he didn't have a license.
So you knew that Ben was going to be the driver?
Yes, I did.
All interesting things that they left out of the complaint, by the way. So you gave permission for Ben to drive your car with Shane as the passenger?
Yes, I did.
So what happened, Shane?
Well, we both went to Bridgewater State College that night. We went to a party. We were drinking and stuff like that. And he asked me, he goes, can I use your car? And I said, no way. And then he took my keys and he took off with my car, and I ran out to get him, but he took off right in front of me in the parking lot. And then I waited in the parking lot thinking he was joking around. But 20 minutes later, he never came back.
Where did he say he wanted to go with the car?
To go pick up my friend Rob.
I mean, you asked that with a question in your voice.
To pick up my friend Rob.
This is not sounding true to me, Shane.
He said he wanted...
Bird, you see Bird is shaking his head?
Yeah.
You see Bird is shaking his head? We together are like a truth machine.
Okay.
You know what happens when somebody is piddling on my leg? The hairs on the back of my neck start to stand up. So I can always tell when someone is making it up as they're going.
Okay.
Because the hair on the back of my neck goes up, and I'm watching the hair on the back of his neck.
All right.
Do you understand, Shane? So we're going to start again.
Okay.
You're at a party.
Yes.
Doing some drinking.
Yes.
And
we come back to the dorm room where we were going to sleep at.
And you fell asleep.
No, I didn't fall asleep.
Did you get into bed?
No.
Did you fall into bed?
No.
You were standing at the window.
No, we were in the room just talking and stuff like that. Okay? And then he took my keys and he started going down the stairs. He said he was going to leave, and I chased him, and he went inside my car. And then I was like, Ben, get out of my car, get out of my car. And he took off right in front of me.
So what was going to pick up a friend, Rob?
He promised my friend Rob, who lives in Providence College, I don't know, an hour away or something like that. He promised he was going to go get him that night because he talked to him.
But he didn't say anything to you about going to pick up Rob
Yes,
when
he
he took
did.
the keys.
He said, I want to go pick up Rob, and I said, no.
Let's have it.
All right. Well, Your Honor, I was asked to drive the
Nicholson
car.
did that. Do you remember when Jack Nicholson did that? I loved when he did that.
All right. Eye contact. Well, I was asked to drive the car, so we went up there like was said before. The plan was for us to come home that night. So we went out, we went to a party, and when it was time to go home, that wasn't the case anymore. He didn't want to go home, and I started arguing with him saying, you know, I was the one who drove up here, and I
right now I'm the one who's driving the car, and you promised me I could go home, therefore,
I'm going home.
I want to go home. And when that didn't come to an agreement, I said, you know what, I am going home. And I jumped in the car, and he said, come on, man, I don't want to leave. Let's stay here. It's the better thing to do. It's late. I said, no, I want to go home. And so I jumped in the car.
Had you been drinking, Mr. Hathaway?
I had been drinking earlier that night, and by the time it was time to go, I felt that I was sober enough to drive the car home.
Not sober enough, evidently, Mr. Hathaway. Because what happened on the way home, sir?
Well, that's also because, Your Honor, not only was it late at night, but as you can see, it was in January, and snow was covering on the ground, and therefore I made it slippery while driving. And
whose fault is that? God's fault? The weatherman's fault?
I guess so, Your Honor.
Yes. Why don't you tell me how the accident happened, Mr. Hathaway?
Well, I was driving along, and I was coming home down Route 1. Sorry, eye contact. All right, I was coming down Route 1, and I was on the side of the road, and I just hit an ice patch, hit, black ice, whatever it may have been, and slid off into the guardrail, and the car crashed. I got it to drive a little bit farther down the road so I could make it to somewhere where I could stop and park, and then I called my mother, and she came and picked me up at the location that I was at.
Maybe that's why he wanted to stay over, because you both had a little something to drink. The weather was bad. It was snowy. It was slippery. It was icy. So that was better judgment, right, Mr. Hathaway?
Well, that was his judgment, but the judgment...
Evidently better judgment because you wrecked the car.
Yeah, but I don't believe that was the reason for the wrecking
Well,
of the
then
car.
tell me what you think the reason was, sir. You just told me it was January and there was slippery and sliding
and
outside.
That's what I'm saying. There was ice on the ground, and that's what caused the crash. It had nothing to do with me being drunk or anything like that.
You love it, huh? What? You love it?
Too much.
Mr. Hathaway, do you know why Officer Petrie Hawkins Bird is laughing? And he usually doesn't do that. He usually doesn't have as good a time as he's having right now. He's laughing because you sound like a fool.
Yeah.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You thought that your judgment was sufficiently intact to make the drive home.
Exactly.
The proof of the pudding, sir, is in the tasting. You totaled her car.
And later today,
I agreed to pay off her car for a Christmas present.
If you went and sold the car afterwards, what kind of Christmas present was that?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melissa Norrie claims her boyfriend's former friend, Ben Hathaway, stole her car and wrecked it. Ben claims Melissa loaned him the car.
Now, what kind of car was this, Miss Norrie?
It was a Saab, 1992.
And it was totaled?
Yes, it was. I have the papers stating it was totaled, and I have how much it's worth, and I also have the pictures.
Pictures?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what the Blue Book value of the car is. 4-cylinder?
Yes.
4-cylinder is worth $1,750. Your car had 300,000 miles on it.
Yes, or 280 something.
All right. Mr. Hathaway.
Yes, Your Honor.
You exercised poor judgment, sir. You drove the car. You had an accident. You had an accident. You had been drinking. You were told by the person who really had borrowed the car, even though you were driving, that they didn't want you to drive home. So at that point, you shouldn't have driven home. You did drive home. You had an accident. It's your fault. You have to compensate the plaintiff for that. Do you understand?
Somewhat, Your Honor. I just don't get that there was an agreement to drive home, and you're already saying that I was under the influence, and I had said
I didn't say you were under the influence, sir. I said that you had been drinking earlier that evening.
Exactly.
And you said that by the time you were ready to go home, you thought
Correct.
that your judgment was sufficiently intact to make the drive home.
Exactly.
The proof of the pudding, sir, is in the tasting. You totaled her car. Who's responsible? Her?
I guess no. I don't know.
I
Nobody.
guess not. No, not nobody. Not nobody. Somebody is responsible. And since you were the one who was driving, and you were the one who elected to drive in bad weather on an evening when you had been partying, you are responsible. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He apologized a few times, and he said that he was going to go through his insurance company and he was going to pay us right away.
It was tough to do that, and I apologized, and I wanted to take care of it in the best way I could.
It's not something you should do to your friend, really. You know what I mean? I told him not to take it, and he took it.
It was kind of tough, but I mean, it's hard to, to lose a friend after that long of a time.
I think he got what he deserved.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Weber versus Lamont. Step forward, please.
Contractor Jason Weber is suing his ex-girlfriend, Kathleen Lamont, for an unpaid loan for a truck.
Mr. Weber, you and the defendant lived together for a period of time. I think I read something about 3 years. Is that right?
Yes.
According to your complaint, when you broke up, which was recently, when was that?
It was in March of '03.
The defendant took with her a truck that is both titled and registered in her name. You claim purchased by you. The loan for the truck is in your name, and you want the money back.
Right.
Ms. Lamont says that this was not a loan. Ms. Lamont says this was a gift from you to her. You were living together. She came into the relationship with another car, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You sold that car, got her another car, then sold that car, and then bought this truck, and there was never any talk about payment by her. You're only seeking payment now because you're no longer together. That's your defense.
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
right? So I'd like you to tell me first who these people are. Who is this person?
This is my sister.
Is she a witness for you?
Yes.
A witness who will say what?
That Kathy stated to her that I was getting a loan for her for the truck.
And who are these people?
My son and my boyfriend, Scott.
Do they have any information with regard to this case, or are they just here for moral support?
It depends on how it goes, actually. My son has been present during most everything that's happened.
I'm not interested in most everything. I'm only interested in the truck. I have a very limited focus.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Weber. When the defendant and you first began to live together, what kind of a car did she have?
She had a '97 Dodge Stratus.
And what happened to that car?
At her request, I sold it.
To whom?
A friend of mine.
And how much did you get for it?
$3,500.
And what did you do with the $3,500?
Well, he's still paying me for it. I agreed to let him give me monthly payments on it.
And then what did she use for transportation, Mr. Weber?
She was driving my car, which was a '94 Ford Probe GT.
And what happened to that car?
At her request, I sold that one also.
Okay, well, that was your car to sell.
Right.
And then what was she driving?
We purchased a '99 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 pickup.
When you say we purchased, what does that mean?
I financed it, and she agreed to pay the payment. As you'll see, I took the $4,000 right off the top of the money that was owed on the truck, on top of the payments that she made on the truck.
Explain that to me.
I agreed to give her or pay off her car for a Christmas present, which was $4,000.
Pay off her car. Which car?
The '97 Dodge Stratus. I paid
You mean
for the
when
Dodge
you
Stratus.
sold that to your friend, she had money owing on that?
No. Yes, she had money owing on it, but I had paid it off, so it was free and clear when I sold it.
How much did she owe on it?
$4,000.
Is that right?
Yes, and he paid it off for my Christmas present that year.
Is that what you did?
Yes.
Okay. Then you went and sold the car.
Yeah. She didn't want it. She wanted the '94
But then
Ford Probe.
listen to me. If you went and sold the car afterwards, what kind of Christmas present was that?
Bad one. She got another car to replace it.
No, you said you gave her your car to drive.
I did.
You didn't give her another car. The other car, I assume, was in your name.
She got her $4,000 back with the '97 or '99 Toyota truck.
No. Mr. Weber, either you make a present or you don't, sir. If you say you made her a Christmas present in 2002, when you buy the truck, you don't make her another present
Right.
by deducting it. You made her a present. It was a gift. Goodbye. It's over. And what I don't understand is if you're a couple living together, I don't understand you saying, well, I'm going to buy a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Because you say, we purchased a truck. What were you driving at the time?
I had a pickup of my own.
Okay. So you bought this 1999 pickup. How many years ago?
It was last year.
Give me the date.
It was October of '02.
And in October of 2002, what were you doing for a living?
Me?
I was working at a Chevron as a cashier and going to school full-time.
And what kind of work were you doing?
I'm a contractor.
Now, from October 2002 until when you broke up, which is in what month?
March 03.
Who made the payments for the truck?
She did.
Is that right?
I made 5 payments on the truck, yes, from November to March.
Well, then that sounds to me as if there may have been an agreement for you to make the payments on the truck, Miss Lamont.
I agreed to help him out financially because he said he was having some problems, and I was only going to work until I was losing my job after March because I was starting an internship for school. So
There
we
are a
knew
lot of
I was
other
only-
ways, Miss Lamont, that you could have helped him out financially. Making the truck payment was not...
It wasn't a truck payment. It was a personal loan payment that he had. I have the title to the truck. I never knew there was going to be a loan on the truck in the first place. There wasn't supposed to be one.
Miss Lamont, how much were you paying towards this loan each month?
I paid $200 a month from November to March until I didn't have a job anymore.
Payment?
$200.
Then you knew there was a loan payment. Mr. Weber, how much is owed on the truck?
Oh, $5,100.
Now, problem is she hasn't made any payments. Is that correct?
Correct.
Since when?
Since March was her last payment.
Have you made the payments?
Yes, I have.
In what amount?
$200 a month.
April, May, June. $600?
Correct.
You owe him, at this point, $600. As a matter of fact, we're close enough to the time where you're going to owe him $800. But you are not entitled, pursuant to your contract with the defendant, to get an upfront amount of $5,100. You understand that?
No.
You didn't have an agreement for her to pay you $5,100. You had an agreement for her to pay you the loan. And there was not an acceleration clause that said that if she failed to make 1 or 2 payments, then the entire sum would be due and owing. Unless you have that agreement, I'll be more than happy to look at it.
That's all I'm asking for is for her to pay the payment.
Well, she's going to have to make the payments. Right now, she owes you what you've paid, which is $800.
That works for me.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $800. Thank you very much.
Parties
Madam,
excused.
I strongly urge you to get this loan in your own name, or perhaps your current boyfriend can help you out with a loan. Thank you. Because he's going to bring you back to court every few months for money. You got it?
Yeah, this is case number 162 on the calendar in the matter of Powell versus Root Hoops. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir.
Miss Powell, Mr. Root is your brother.
Yes.
And the co-defendant is his girlfriend. You have a lot of pieces to your complaint. The thrust of your complaint is your mother is currently incarcerated, and she's doing a prison term as a result of a conviction for embezzlement. Is your claim that at some point prior to her being incarcerated, your brother and his girlfriend called you and prevailed upon you to put up bail for your mother?
It was actually my brother and my sister, not his girlfriend.
So your brother called, or your sister, and asked you to assist in putting up bail money. It would be split 3 ways. You put up the bail money. Your brother hasn't paid you back.
No.
And how much was his share of the bail money?
The total bail was $4,800. Between 3 people is $1,600 apiece. My husband and I were actually on our honeymoon in the Bahamas when we had gotten the call. So.
Okay. All right, let's deal with the bail first. Then we'll get on to the other things. All right, Mr. Root.
Yes.
Since your girlfriend has... Does she have anything to do with this case?
The only thing she really has to do is the fact that the stuff was stored at my mom's house, and that's where she lives. So that's where I involved her in it.
Sit down. Ms. Hoops, you're not necessary for this case. Case against you is dismissed. $1,600 for the bail money. Did you ask your sister to post bail money?
I did not. It was the actually it was the bail bondsman who actually had called her, was in contact with her. I didn't even know the number of where she was at.
You never agreed?
Oh, no, she says I agreed, but no, I never ever agreed to it. I told her that it was actually me and my little sister. At first, we were trying to acquire a loan to pursue of getting the bail money to get her out. Then all of a sudden, Tammy was gotten in contact with, and yes.
So you and your sister were trying to get a loan to get the money together.
Yes, because Tammy was...
Because Tammy was on her...
honeymoon.
Right. And at the time, Tammy didn't know that your mother needed to get out of...
Of jail, yes.
But you did.
Yes, of course.
And your sister did. Now, did you go to a bail bondsman?
No, we did not. I was called by a bail bondsman at work.
But somebody was contacted by a bail bondsman?
Yes.
And this bail bondsman, was he at your sister's wedding?
No.
So he had to have some form of telepathy to figure out how to get in touch with her.
I don't know how. Maybe it was my mother's attorney or my mother. I really don't have any clue on. I didn't know
Now,
where
when
she
you
was at or
went
staying
to
or
get
phone
the
number.
money to take out this loan, you were successful or not successful?
We tried to do it over the phone, actually, with a company. I not have the best credit, so no, they said no way. And Nicole, my little sister, does not have any credit whatsoever. It's mainly on her husband. So we were denied.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction.
Are you regularly employed?
Yeah.
So, construction people in construction make good money.
Depends on who you work for. A lot of people don't pay you what you actually deserve or what the work that you do for.
Well, do you get what you deserve?
I have just now started
I
currently in the last
guarantee
2
you're
weeks.
going to get what you deserve today.
Okay. I bet I will.
You will.
All right.
Who called you, Miss Powell? And make sure you tell me, who called?
I had messages. I was actually not in my room. When I came home, the light was blinking. I had messages from a bail bonds, I had messages from my sister, and I had messages from my brother.
What did your little sister say to you, Miss Powell?
That Jason was trying to get a loan using her credit and his income because she didn't work at the time.
Tell me about the conversation you had with Jason.
I said, okay, I would put it on my credit card and get it taken care of because if we didn't, it would go into the week and she'd be there all weekend. I didn't want that to happen. I talked with my brother after he had picked my mom up on the phone at her house, and he explained to me that how this is a time that all our family, our siblings should come together. It's not fair for you to burden the cost of everything. We will all split it with you. This is a time that we should be closer as a family, and now's the time, is what I was told.
I did say the closer part.
What?
I did say the closer part, yes. That is a time that what my mother's going through, that we should all pull together and actually become a family since we weren't always all together.
Except when it came to money.
Actually, I didn't have any money at the time. No, Tammy offered to do it, so I never once ever offered to pay her.
She didn't offer. She was called.
She offered. She said, "I'll pay for her," and I thanked her. I was like, "Tammy, thank you. I couldn't come up with the money. Thank you. At least we get our mother back." But it was all on her credit card, and we all were under the assumption that if she didn't get indicted and put into prison, that Tammy would receive a refund, is what we were told.
Is that right?
I was never told anything like that, and my understanding is you never get bail back.
Depends upon what percentage, I guess. There's a formula. Sometimes bail is very often returned.
Oh, it is.
Well, she was indicted on embezzling $650,000. So.
Why aren't you giving your sister back the property? Couch, television set. I think that there's a list of property. I want you to explain why to me.
There's a couple reasons. I was offered to buy them. I was told to sell my old furniture. I was offered to buy them from my mother, and as well as the plaintiff here, my sister.
Oh, okay, fine. According to you, you bought the furniture.
Well, pretty much, yes. Yes, I did. In my belief,
For how
I did.
much? In your belief? I told you you're going to get what you deserve here today.
Of course. Altogether, I believe I bought it for about $1,038.
And how much did you pay your mother?
Oh, I haven't. My mother never paid me for anything, so I haven't paid her nothing.
Just answer my question.
She has not received any money.
So then you didn't buy it. You see, there's not a completed sale.
I kind of did, because I was offered storage money and money that I would give.
That's what I find interesting, Mr. Root. According to what I read here, well, first of all, you can't get your facts straight. You say that you bought the furniture from your mother for $500. And all of a sudden you come up with $1,030. Do you think I'm an idiot?
No, I think
then one of us must be, because in your answer you said you bought it all for $500.
Well, no, okay. That's all I was going to buy it for. Yes.
But that's not what you say in your answer.
Well, my answer was that I was supposed to be given $100 a month for the 6 months of storing her
Don't get
place.
to storage. We're not there yet,
Okay.
Mr. Fast Dance. We are at the point where you swore in your answer that you bought this property from your mother for $500. And now you tell me it's $1,030. I mean, do you just have a problem with numbers?
Not at all.
When did you not tell the truth? When you swore to your answer or a moment ago?
I have not told the truth at all.
Right.
Or I have told the truth, but I have not lied at all whatsoever.
No, you got it right the first time. You're the same Mr. Root who said, now that Mom's in trouble, we all have to pull together as a family. Isn't that what you told me a moment ago?
Yes, and be closer.
And now, in your answer, you say, well, I agreed to buy my mother's stuff, and there was a lot more stuff that I had of hers, and I told her that she could leave her stuff here for $100 a month. My mother owes me $500 for storage, and therefore, we're even. Because I agreed to pay $500 for the stuff, but she owes me $500 for storage, and therefore, your mother doesn't make that much making license plates in prison, sir.
No, it was way before she went to prison, ma'am. This was about 4 months before she even went to prison. It was back in November of last year.
November of last year, she agreed to pay you for storage. This is the same lady who couldn't come up with $4,800 bail. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't think she had any money at the time. She ended up gambling it all away, I believe. My mother had a serious problem with gambling. She was at the casino
Mr. Root,
8 hours a day.
do you understand the ridiculousness of your position?
Not really, no.
Well, I'm going to explain it to you. First, you wanted to be a helpful member of the family, and then you're charging your mother to store some property in your house, $100 a month, and therefore you're charging that off against money that you promised to pay her.
After Tammy became vindictive like this, yes.
What do you mean after Tammy became
well, I was
vindictive?
going to pay for my mother's car. I ended up paying Tammy $518 for it. About 2 weeks later, she comes, takes it from my driveway.
Okay, so let me deal with you first, saying that I believe your sister when she says that you agreed to split your mother's bail 3 ways. So that's $1,600 her team. You will return all of your mother's property 5 days from today to your sister. Okay? Then we have an issue of a car. Now, I didn't quite understand the car issue, but I assume you're going to tell that to me very quickly, Ms. Powell. Let me hear it.
The car he was supposed to return, my mom had written him a letter before.
Return to whom?
To the finance company, because she owed money on the vehicle.
Okay.
He was supposed to call the finance company, have the car turned in. He took it upon himself to drive the car, and he drove it for almost 2 months. Come to find out, he had no insurance, nothing on the vehicle.
So what's the damage?
When I got the car back, it was wrecked. There was $230 that I had paid for the rear suspension to be fixed, and I have estimates between $785 up to $1,200 for the body damage.
Where is the car now?
The car now is with my sister-in-law.
Forget it. What's next?
Okay, there's a computer system that was also at my brother's house.
You said that was scratched.
No. It
Or
was
damaged.
ruined, completely ruined.
And I don't know how it was before. Next.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
So you were having a party where there was illegal drinking going on in your room.
I do have proof that she was the one that, before the beer was poured over the computer, it punched me in the face and was going insane.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tamara Powell says her brother, Jason Root, owes for his share of their mother's bail and for the return of her belongings.
I do find that among all the other things that your sister wants in her pipe dreams, she is entitled to $1,600, which is 1/3 of the bail that was posted for your mother, because I do believe that you said to her, we're all going to pitch in together and we're all going to act as a family, and you shouldn't be totally responsible for Mom's bail. So I find that you do owe her $1,600. Judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,600. That's all.
Why is that excused? Step out, please.
Bail money, I mean, that's my mother's responsibility. She did the crime. She deserves the time. She's a convict. She's a criminal.
His greed of wanting things that don't belong to him took over and became more important than a relationship with his mother.
Tammy feels guilty about being involved in my mother's crimes from the very beginning. I believe Tammy helped my mother embezzle the whole $650. She knew about it the whole time. I know that. It was going through a joint account between both of them. Tammy was the first one brought in before my mother was even brought in.
I guess maybe it's probably his way of saying more vindictive things, and you know, here you're on TV, so he'd probably like to say what he can.
I have my father and my little sister and my aunt and all them, but don't really care about Tammy and my mother that much.
I choose not to have a family. I don't participate in drugs and alcohol and stuff, and that's kind of the side that he's on, so I choose not to have that anyways. Relationship is fine just the way it is.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter, Schultz versus Minks. Step forward, please.
18-year-old college student Brad Schultz is suing his former friend, 18-year-old student Kelly Minks, for spilling beer on his computer during a party in his dorm room.
Mr. Schultz, where do you go to school, sir?
The University of the Pacific.
Where is that?
That's in Stockton, California.
You bored there?
Not really. I play baseball for the school's team.
Oh, What year are you in?
I was a freshman. I'm now going to be a sophomore.
Mr. Schultz, do you know what the word board means?
Yes, I do now. Yes, I lived in the dorm rooms at University of the Pacific.
Somebody whispered what it means. I wasn't interested in what you play and what sports you play. God, I feel like jaywalking. According to your complaint, the defendant, who was your former roommate's girlfriend, spilled beer all over your laptop. You wanted to replace the laptop computer because it's ruined. She says that it was you or your friends during some sort of drunken party caused the laptop to get ruined. You want to tell me when this happened, Mr. Schultz?
It was April 18th.
Okay. Were you having a party in your room?
Yes, we were.
How many people were in your room?
There was around 11.
Now, what makes you think that Ms. Minks ruined your laptop?
Would you like me to go ahead and tell you the whole story of the night, or?
No, I don't want to have to guess, Mr. Schultz. I just want you to tell me what makes you think that she hurt your laptop.
Well,
I'm not interested in the whole party, sir. A lot of people in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. And everybody's drinking.
At the time that
And everybody's drinking.
Not everybody.
Half of the people were drinking.
Sure.
And you're not allowed to drink in the dorm rooms, is that right?
I don't believe so.
is not an answer.
I do not believe so.
Correct. So you were having a party where there was illegal drinking going on in your room. And a whole bunch of people, some of whom were drinking and some of whom were watching. Now, can we get to the proof that you have that Miss Minks caused the damage to your laptop?
Okay. The only two in the room at the time that the computer was found broken were them two.
Okay. And approximately what time was this?
This was 2:30 in the morning.
And what time did the party end?
I left the party, leaving behind them two and some of their friends. I returned that night at 2:30 in the morning and found just them two alone in the room.
Yes.
So I came down, sat down, and used my computer. And they asked me to leave. They said they wanted some privacy, and I said okay, and I left for a half hour. I went right across the hall, and I came back a half hour, and the door was locked. And so I started knocking on the door, telling her that I wanted to come in my room, and they were both saying, no, you're not coming in. Go sleep in the study lounge down the hall. And I wasn't about to go sleep in the study lounge, so I just continued to knock, and finally I started having...
Mr. Schultz, is what you're telling me, sir, that you came in and used your computer at 2:30 in the morning?
Yes, I did.
How come you didn't put that in your complaint, sir?
Excuse me?
How come you didn't write that in your complaint, Mr. Schultz? Miss Minks, did Mr. Schultz come back to the room at 2:30 and sit down and use his computer for a half hour?
Nope. What happened?
Just a sec. Just answer my question. Are you the roommate?
Yes.
Stand up. Name?
Ben Hatch.
Mr. Hatch, did Mr. Schultz come back to the room at 2:30 in the morning and use the computer for a half hour?
Well, the first thing he did, it was already locked, and we were watching a movie. And what he did, he came in, grabbed pistachio nuts, stuffed them down her shirt, and that's all I remember. And then after that, we told him to leave. That's why we wanted to leave.
You answer my question.
I never saw him touch the computer.
Right, because he didn't come in to use the computer. Sit down.
Your Honor, I have a witness that saw me sit down and use the computer.
Let me see the witness.
Is a statement from him.
I don't take statements from a witness.
Okay, well...
And if you thought it was important enough to get a statement from a witness who saw that, sir, or from a friend of yours, then you would have put it in your complaint. So you didn't sit down and use the computer at 2:30 in the evening. No, I don't believe, Mr. Schultz, that you used the computer at 2:30.
Your Honor,
Let's start with that. I don't believe you used the computer.
I used the computer, Your Honor, and I'm sorry that you don't believe me. I'm under oath here, and I'm telling you the truth.
And I'm telling you, I don't believe you used the computer, Mr. Schultz. I believe you came back and tried to get back into your room, and they wouldn't let you back into the room. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you saying that I would not notice that there was beer poured all over my computer when I returned?
I am saying, sir, that you have no proof that she poured the beer on your computer.
I do have proof that she was the one that, before the beer was poured over the computer, it punched me in the face and was going insane.
Listen to me. You have no proof that she poured beer on your computer. That's what you're suing for. Laptop computer. And you don't have proof that she did it. Sorry, Mr. Schultz. Don't have it. Shouldn't have beer parties in your dorm room. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. Step out, please. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat.
Miss Pratt, how many kids do you have?
Total of 3.
How many live with you?
2.
How old are they?
14 and 9.
This is the 14-year-old?
Yes, ma'am.
What's his name?
Michael Edward.
And how old is the third
She's
child?
9. Oh, the oldest one is 21.
So she's out of the home? He's out of the home?
Yes.
How long did you know Mr. Moulton before he moved in with you and your 2 children?
About a month.
And why did he move in with you?
He wasn't able to pay his rent, and we wanted to join finances so we can both afford to live in my house that I own.
When he came to live with you, did he come to live with you as a boyfriend?
At first, yes.
What do you mean at first? So were you sharing a room with him?
Yes.
So you knew him 1 month before he moved in?
Yes, ma'am.
And did he have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
2.
Who did they live with?
Us.
So you moved in together, blended your families after knowing each other for a month. You now had 4 children living in the house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And the 2 of you. And when was it that he moved in?
About a month after we met each
Give me
other.
the month.
That would have been in November.
Of 2003?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did he stay in your home?
Until the end of February of 2004.
And at that point you say he left owing you rent?
Yes, ma'am.
That he took some property that didn't belong to him when
Yes,
he
ma'am.
left? And he also took your son's snake and mice, and you want them back?
Yes.
And broke camera?
Yes.
Whole bunch of stuff. Okay. He left in February of 2004?
Yes.
Tell me why he moved out in February.
We weren't getting along.
Just that. You just weren't getting along. There were no major battles in
Yes, there
February.
were. There was a lot of battles.
Well, what happened in February, sir?
Well, Your Honor, it was prior to that. It was more like after Christmas. I received custody of my children from domestic violence. When I brought them into her home, her children were very violent to her and to me and to my kids. And as a father, I cannot put my kids in that situation. That is why I left.
Okay, fine.
There was no agreement when I moved in about paying rent.
No, I didn't ask you anything else.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not your case yet, sir. It will get there. Because, Mr. Moulton, you're not going to tell me that a man who has custody of his 2 children moves in with a lady who has custody of her 2 children and expects somebody else to take care of him and his responsibility. Now, I don't want you to even answer that question, sir, until you think about it a minute.
I don't need to think about it. The answer is absolutely not.
Good. So I just want to make sure that that was not your agreement. Don't speak. You'll have an opportunity. Now, so he left in February. Now, he moved in November.
Yes, ma'am.
And prior to his moving in, did you have an agreement with regard to the household expenses?
He told me that he would pay half of everything, and that he would never treat me the way my exes treated me, and that he would be responsible and take care of his obligations.
Good. So he made some sort of general statement that he would take care of his obligations. So how much money did he contribute to the household in November?
He only helped with food.
When you say he helped with food, what do you mean he helped?
He paid for half of it, and I paid for half of it.
Okay. And did you have a discussion with him in November that this wasn't what you had agreed to?
More or less in December. He did originally have a job when he started. The first week he lost his car because it broke down, then he lost his job because of it. I even gave him my car, and he would drop us off at daycare and work, and he would try to look for a job, but he didn't have money for gas, so I had to put all the gas in the car also, besides paying for the insurance and for the $315 that I pay monthly on my car
Okay, it's just a second. So he lost his job. You lost your job, is that right?
I was laid off prior to moving in.
When did you get a job?
January, I believe it was, delivering flowers, and I was using my car because I had bought a car.
When did you buy a car?
In January.
With what?
I received unemployment and child support from my wife, which is what I paid for it.
How much money did you receive in child support?
I received $300 a month for my 2 children.
And how much did you receive from unemployment?
$125 a week.
So about $800 a month.
That's correct.
And you were receiving the $800 a month starting in November.
Absolutely.
And how much did you spend on your living?
I contributed most of my money to her in the household.
How much each month?
I probably kept $50 a week for myself and bought a case of diapers for my daughter.
Yes.
And I paid for all the food.
How did you then buy the car?
Money from my wife. Other money. I had this money. I saved some money. I had money before I moved in with her.
How much money did you have?
The car was $99 down.
How much money did you have?
A few $100.
You're talking fast, sir.
A few $100.
When he wasn't giving you money towards the mortgage and he wasn't giving you any money towards the rest of the household expenses but paying for half the food, did you have discussions with him periodically about money?
Yes, we did, and he kept telling me that to leave it go, that he would take care of it, just quit bringing it up, but he knows he owes it.
Okay. Now, when he left in February, what kind of a discussion did you have with him about the expenses and the money he owed you?
He agreed on $500 a month, and I told him what about the phone bill because he was calling his ex-wife on long-distance charges that I wasn't supposed to pay for.
Just a second. So he agreed to give you $500 a month
Yes, ma'am.
for the 3 months that he lived there?
$500 a month, yes.
But he did not give you the $500
No, he
a month.
did not.
And this is after he already moved out?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that sound familiar, Mr. Moulton?
No, ma'am. I had no agreement with her. When I told her I was leaving because I did not want my children in the violent atmosphere
I understand
any
that. She
longer.
says that after you left, you had a discussion with her because she racked up large phone bills talking to your ex-wife and a lot of other expenses. And she says you agreed to give her $500 a month for the time that you were there with your children and that you would pay for it out of your tax returns, but then you didn't get your tax returns right away.
It's not true. I agreed. I told her I paid her what I paid her, and that was it. There would be no more money given to her.
All right,
I fulfilled my obligations to her. My priority was to get my children out of that violent situation.
I heard what you said about your priority. I heard. Now, what items did he take from the house that you say didn't belong to him?
Whenever he moved in, he threw out my bike, which meant a lot to me. I had it since I was in
He threw out when he moved
an
in?
antique bike.
You said when he moved in, he threw out your bike?
Yeah, when he moved in, he started going through all my stuff, throwing out everything that he thought I didn't need and I didn't use. So. He threw out my furniture. He threw out some of my items.
You should have thrown him out if you didn't want him to do it.
She asked me to help her organize the house.
Just a second. Do I look like I need help?
No, ma'am.
If you didn't want him to throw away these things, Miss Pratt, and he was throwing them away when he moved in, you should have thrown him out. You didn't do that. Now you don't come and sue him.
He had two small children.
Do you understand? You don't come and sue him after the fact.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Listen, you want to go on, some of you go on Dr. Phil if you want to talk about your problems. I don't want to talk about your problems. I want you to tell me, this is a court. What does he owe you?
And later today,
You were going on this trip to celebrate a milestone birthday.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, 50 is the new 30.
I like that. That's right.
I agree with you. That's the way it is.
Yes.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carol Pratt says former live-in boyfriend James Moulton owes for rent, a broken video camera, and the return of a snake. James says he moved out because Carol's children are violent.
Let's get to the snake, because I see we don't have anything that
Well, after he moved out and that my son was giving me a hard time, so I grounded him from the snake for a week, and I asked him to hold on to the snake and to the mice in the cages, and I gave him food and the bedding for them, and I said it will be a week. When I went back to get it a week later, he told me it either died or he froze, and he gave me different excuses every time I seen him.
What happened to the snake?
She asked me to take the snake. I took the snake and the mice to my house. The snake got away out the back door. I had the mouse. It wasn't a, or will you watch this, or will you babysit this snake until my son gets out of boot camp? It was, do you want the snake? Yes, I do. She put it in my car. I took it home. 4 months later, she wants the snake back. It's gone.
How long did you have it?
4 months.
You had it for 4 months?
I begged for 4 months to get it back.
Okay, next.
Well, when we were living together, he was drinking too much. That's why my son was getting upset. My children had a hard time with him because of the type of friends he was hanging out with. He was bringing...
Just tell me, I'm not interested. Listen, you want to go on, some of you go on Dr. Phil if you want to talk about your problems. I don't want to talk about your problems. I want you to tell me, this is a court. What does he owe you?
$1,650.
For what?
For living expenses, for the utilities, the phone bill that was over, for gas, for using my vehicle when he used it for the months that he didn't have a car.
Stop being a baby.
Your Honor.
Stop being a baby. The relationship didn't work out. He's not going to pay you for putting gas in the car. I believe that you had an agreement that he would pay for half of the expenses. Here you are living, your 2 children, his 2 children, and he can't live rent-free. He can't live utility-free. And he receives, in addition to that, he receives child support and unemployment insurance. So he receives $800 a month.
And I didn't know about the unemployment.
Well, he received, according to him, $800 a month. And if what you believe and what he agreed to pay was $500 a month, that's perfectly reasonable, leaving him $300 a month for extra expenses, and that's without a job. And certainly if you got a job in January, sir, delivering flowers, you could have gotten a job Christmas time delivering flowers too. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Jealousy?
Jealousy? No.
She's jealous that I'm with another woman and won't be with her.
There's no jealousy. Sorry, Jim.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Abernathy versus Millard. Step forward, please.
Flight attendant Ellen Abernathy is suing her former friend, Jill Millard, for her share of a European vacation. Jill says she paid her back with babysitting.
Miss Abernathy, I gather from your complaint that you and the defendant used to be very good friends.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your lawsuit claims that the defendant owes you money for her expenses for a European trip, for a piece of jewelry that she purchased there that she put on your credit card, and for a loan that you made her for an attorney while she was going through some matrimonial difficulties.
Yes, Your Honor, that's right.
So, you were going on this trip to celebrate a milestone birthday.
That's
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You know, 50 is the new 30.
I like that. That's right.
I agree with you. That's the way it is.
Yes.
So you were going to Europe for your 50th birthday?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was going?
Myself and my husband, Bill, my son, Alex, who was 10 years old at the time, and his best friend, who was 10 years old at the time.
Where were you going?
We went to Zurich, took the train to Florence, went to Cortona, my favorite, Assisi. I saved and planned for 10 years for this trip. It was very, very important to me.
Sounds like a beautiful trip.
It was wonderful.
Under what circumstances did Miss Millard join you on the trip?
My middle son was not able to go on the trip with us, and so I had a ticket that I was going to turn back in, and Miss Millard said, I've never been to Italy and I've always wanted to go. Can I go along? She was my friend at the time, and I said, well, I have the ticket, but you know, with your finances, can you afford to pay for your part of the trip? So long story short, she said that when she got back from the trip and got on her feet job-wise, that she would pay me back.
Okay.
So that was fine.
Okay. The ticket that you had for your son that you were going to turn back in, was it a refundable ticket?
Well, it was refundable in that I used my frequent flyer miles, and I was just going to turn it back in to have the miles refunded to my account.
Okay. So the expenses that you're talking about are the hotel expenses and the meal expenses, not the plane ticket.
Exactly.
So you're really asking her for the money for her share of the expenses for the trip, not for the plane ticket.
That's right.
Okay. And that was, according to you, your agreement?
Yes.
Now, what happened when you got there with regard to this piece of jewelry that you're suing her for?
We were in Assisi, and they had a very specialty jewelry shop that had Etruscan-type jewelry, and Miss Millard came into the shop and was very taken with a couple of different pieces of jewelry. She did say, I really can't afford this, I really shouldn't get this, but I'll never see jewelry like this again. And I said, well, if you want the jewelry, you can pay me back for it. I understand. She was my friend. I wanted her to have something nice if she wanted it, but I could not afford to get it for her. And so she chose some jewelry, and I went ahead and put it on my credit card with the understanding that she would pay me back for it.
When you say you had the understanding, did you say that to her?
Yes, I did. My husband was in the shop at the time, and he heard that.
And how much was the jewelry?
It was $394.89.
Okay. What were her expenses?
Her expenses were $2,200. That is for 20 days of hotel.
So about $100 a day?
Yes, ma'am. That's very inexpensive to stay in Europe.
Okay. Plus the $394.
Yes, ma'am, but I have tried several times to call her, and she would either not return my call, or she would return my call and say, don't bother me about this right now, I don't have any money to pay you. So I called her and I said, I'm really sorry it's come to this, but I'm going to have to take you to small claims court. I don't want to do this. I've waited until September, and it had been since the end of June when we had returned. And so she sent me a money order for $100 and a card that was not very complimentary to me.
Can I see it?
Yes, ma'am. I had told her I felt that she had looked at me as an opportunity, not as a friend, and she took...
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this card, this shows that she's sending you something. She didn't feel as if friendship was all about money. Clearly to you, she says it was all about money, whatever. When did you advance her this money for an attorney?
It was in the early part of 2004.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding that.
She had phoned me very upset and said that her ex-fiancé was pressing her about personal issues and making all these charges against her, which I did not believe were true. And so she asked me if I would please help her. She didn't know who to call. She needed an attorney. And I said, I know someone who may be able to help you, but they'll need money. No attorney is going to take your case for nothing. And she said she didn't have any money. I said, well, I can help you. I'll loan the money to you, but you have to pay me back. I cannot afford just to pay your attorney's fees. She said, I'll do anything. I just need that attorney.
Okay, so I'm ready to hear you. Let's start with the attorney's fees because that came first.
Okay. I was in a very serious circumstance and I needed some help.
You needed money?
Yes. And she was very kind in helping me in that particular instance. And
so is what you're telling me, Miss Millard, that you expected her to pay this $2,500 and that you would not be paying her back?
Oh, no, no, no.
So you're now telling me that you agree that the $2,500 was a loan?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you didn't say that in your answer. What you said was that the attorney was her idea and it was not a loan.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay. Who did you expect to pay for that?
Well, before we went on the trip, we had an agreement. Her middle son could not go on the trip, and so I was kind of a fill-in. He had already been accounted for all the expenses, so the expenses mostly were already paid for. So
no, that's not true. There's food.
Right. So
that food wasn't paid for.
I agreed that I would be responsible, that I had brought cash and would exchange for the euros once we got to...
How many dollars did you cash for euros and give to her?
I believe I cashed $200 in American dollars, and I gave them 60 euros.
Is what you're telling me, that you gave her 60 euros for 20 days that you were in Europe?
No, not for 20 days, for the 3 days that I couldn't get to the bank. And the rest of that...
Well, what happens after you went to the bank?
I was paying for my own meals.
How were you doing that?
With my own euros.
Now let's get to the jewelry. What happened with the jewelry?
We were in Assisi and we went into this jewelry shop and she said, oh, come and look at this beautiful jewelry. But I knew that I couldn't afford any of the jewelry. And so she said, well, how about if you pick out these pieces? And I brought the pieces. And then once we get home, we'll set up a way for you to pay me back in increments, because she knew when I got home that I would be starting a new job.
So it was a loan?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that's not what you say in your answer. You say that it was a gift. So now you're telling me, Miss Millard, that it was, in fact, a loan. Did you start paying her back?
Yes, the reference to the $100 money order was first part of the installment.
Well, you owe her $4,994 in addition to this $100. So what you're telling me is you acknowledge the debt.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,994.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may 344 in the calendar in the matter of Crawford versus Clark. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. You young folks have a seat.
Miss Crawford, it is your claim that Miss Clark's daughter injured your son.
Yes.
Your son is 5. Your daughter is how old?
11.
And you want Miss Clark to be responsible not only for medical bills, but for his pain and suffering.
Yes.
Miss Clark says you are responsible because you should have been watching your son more carefully. Your son is responsible because he was misbehaving. Everyone's responsible except her daughter. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Over here. What's your first name?
Cameo.
You know this young man?
Yes, I do.
What's his name?
Devontae Crawford.
Do you remember when this incident happened?
Yes, I do.
What's the date?
June 20th, 2008.
You were in your house?
Yes.
Do you have a private house or an apartment?
Apartment.
What floor do you live on?
First floor.
Who was home with you?
Actually, I was staying with my auntie.
So was this in your house or your aunt's house?
My house.
So you were home, and who was home with you?
Nobody.
You were home alone?
Yes.
How long had you been home alone?
I only came downstairs for like 5 minutes.
Your aunt lives in the building?
Yes.
So you had your own key to get into the house?
Yes, I do.
What time was that?
I don't remember.
Morning, afternoon, or evening?
Afternoon.
Was it a school day or a non-school day?
It was a school day, but I didn't go to school.
Why didn't you go to school?
Because my graduation was on Monday and I had to do my hair.
Who was doing your hair?
Actually, that day I was pulling it out.
What does that mean?
Like I was pulling out the braids on my hair to do it.
And you were doing that in whose house?
My house.
Where was your mother?
She had went to work.
So you weren't at your aunt's house. If you were pulling out your hair, you just told me you were at your house. What time did you go to your aunt's house?
When my mom was leaving, she brought me up there.
Did your mother know you were staying home from school?
Yes.
How do you do in school?
I'm a really well-behaved child.
How do you do academically in school?
Really good.
Okay, so now why don't you tell me what happened when you were in your house with Devontae?
I was actually upstairs with my auntie where my mom dropped me off. And I came downstairs.
Don't look over there, look over here.
And I came downstairs to give my brother something, but when I came down there, he wasn't there. So then I came inside, and I heard him throwing things out the window. So
Just a minute. What did you go inside your apartment for if your brother wasn't there?
I went inside there for icy.
So you went inside to get something to eat?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then I heard him throwing things at the window, and I went there.
Who throwing things at the window?
These, like, a lot of kids in the backyard.
And what were they doing in the back?
They was fooling around and throwing rocks at the window.
Which window?
My window.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So when I looked out the window and I told them to stop, and they told the rest of them not to listen to me. So I tried to scare them by throwing out the water out the window.
What water?
The water from the pipe. So I was trying to
What pipe?
The kitchen pipe.
You got water from the kitchen sink?
Yeah.
Hot water?
No, not hot water.
Well, Devontae was burned.
The first few times when I was throwing the water, it was not hot.
But then you kept throwing the water.
Yeah, until like the water eventually got hot. And then when I finally someone threw it out, I heard somebody scream. So I went outside to see what happened when his mother and his family was actually yelling at me. And she said she was gonna call the cops, so I got scared and ran.
So you stayed downstairs for quite a while.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to be there alone, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I wasn't supposed to be in there.
Alone?
Yeah.
At all? Right?
Yes.
Your claim, Ms. Crawford, is that your son was injured and he had at least second-degree burns on part of his body.
Yes.
Do you have the medical records?
Yes.
I'd like to see them, please. Ms. Clark, you do understand that Ms. Crawford's son had second-degree burns on his body as a result of what your daughter did.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what I'd like you to do is try to explain to me, madam, why you do not think that you are responsible minimally to pay the medical bills, inasmuch as your daughter was home from school for no reason, violation of the education law, unsupervised, because while you may have left her upstairs, she clearly violated your rule and was downstairs alone. Because if you think I believe this whole story about, she went in for an ice pop, I don't believe that, and neither should you. So somebody has to pay these medical bills. Now you're going to explain to me why you think it shouldn't be you, as the parent of this young lady, who caused the damage.
Okay, I felt like I was responsible because he was in the back of the building, and that's something that I'm not going to say only him, a whole bunch of kids, they do on a daily basis. I will come home from work and there'll be rocks in my bathroom because I be leaving the bathroom window open a little bit from them staying in the back of the building and throwing rocks. When I spoke to Miss Crawford after the incident, me and my mom went to her house the same evening because I was at work, and my sister-in-law called me at work because that's obviously where she ran to after she was confronted by Miss Dawn about what she did. And my sister-in-law called me at work. I work like 2 hours from home, so it took me a while to get home. When I got there, my mom already went and got her back from my sister-in-law. They spoke to the cops, so I went and asked her family. They told me she didn't come back from the emergency room yet. I seen her the next day, and she told me he would be all right if he just takes the medication. I seen him on a couple of occasions, and she kept telling me he was fine. So I didn't know I was going to be held responsible for a bill.
Do you think that you're responsible for the bill? Do you think that your daughter's responsible for the bill?
Well, my daughter's a minor, and I'm a mom.
Right,
so.
She's a minor. So then that would mean that if she would be responsible, you would have to pay the bill as her mother.
Which she didn't know it was hot. I guess she turned the faucet on and kept running back and forth, so eventually...
That's what she did.
I guess it got hot.
You say she put water in a cup and threw it down at the children, but that's really not what happened. What happened is she kept going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
She threw a lot of water at the children.
Used that. She told me she did it 3 times.
Do you believe her?
Yeah, I believe that.
Okay.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dawn Crawford says 11-year-old Cameo Forbes poured scalding water on her 5-year-old son, causing second-degree burns.
Okay. Your name is?
Devontae Williams.
Okay, so you were throwing some rocks at the window?
No, it was other people, her cousin.
Whose cousin?
Camille's.
Is that her name, Camille or Cameo?
I don't know her real name. We just call her Camille.
So Camille's cousin was in the back?
Yeah,
How old is that person?
7.
Was that person throwing rocks?
Yes.
Get up. Stand next to your mother. Was your cousin throwing rocks? You better tell me the truth. You looked outside. Was your cousin there?
Yes, she was there.
Did you throw water at her?
Yes.
Did you tell your mother she was throwing rocks?
Yes, I did.
She told me she was throwing rocks. My niece told me she was back there doing it too.
Did you see anybody else throwing rocks? Just make sure you answer the question. Did you see anybody else other than your cousin throwing rocks?
Yes, I did.
Who?
Like her little friends and these other kids.
Do you know who they were?
Yes, I do.
Now you can go sit down. You know you did the wrong thing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You are absolutely 100% responsible for the medical bills that Miss Crawford had for her child. What were your medical bills?
The medical bills, the total is $1,773.91.
She's bigger than you are. She can cause a lot of damage if she doesn't do the right thing. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you think would have happened if she scalded and caused second-degree burns on your niece?
I'll be in the same amount of trouble as I am today, Your Honor.
Oh, a lot of trouble in your family, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Of course. Judging for the plaintiff in the
Yep,
amount of
Judge.
$1,773.
I have
Yes.
pictures of the damages.
I'd like to see. Terrible. Ms. Crawford, if this was an adult, I guarantee you, you would receive punitive damages. You understand that?
Yes.
She may be a big girl for her age, but she's still 11.
And she was 10 when it actually happened.
Terrible, terrible scars. Have you seen these pictures?
No.
Well, I want you to come up here. It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yes.
Think that hurt a lot?
Yes.
Think you owe him an apology?
I already did.
Good girl.
She never did.
Yes, she did.
Yes, I did.
I made
When-
sure she
Shh.
did.
When did you apologize to
When
him?
I came back from Jamaica, like they was outside playing, and I went outside and he was like, "Hi, Camille," and I was like, "Hi, Devontae, I'm sorry."
Did she say sorry to you, Devontae?
Yes, I did. I
Well,
have witness.
Okay. You owe him a big-time apology. Did you apologize to him right after it happened?
No, cause right after it happened, I didn't see him.
You should have gone over to see him.
I wanted to take her, but she said she was scared, so I went by myself with my mother.
You should have taken her over there. Take these back and show them to your mother.
She was supposed to show me the pictures because my sister said
Just
she
a
was gonna
second.
show
Don't
me,
blame
but she
anybody
never-
else.
I'm not, Your
Don't blame
Honor.
it. Just take a look at those pictures, and I want you to think what you would have done if somebody did that to your daughter when she was 5. Do you have any idea what you would have done?
I'll be upset, but
Upset?
I don't know what level I would take it to, Your Honor, but I know I'll be upset.
Go back to your mom. Children are not supposed to be left unsupervised.
I didn't leave her unsupervised, Your Honor. She was supposed to be with my sister like she told you.
Then your sister was irresponsible because your daughter was downstairs in the apartment for more than 5 minutes. She told me 5 minutes, but she decided to take care of her hair downstairs in the apartment.
She
And
was
your
not supposed to. My sister, what happened, why she didn't go to
I know.
school?
I know.
She wasn't supposed to be down
I know. Your sister did not do the right thing. But ultimately, you're the parent. So if somebody did this to your daughter when she was 5 or 11, you would be furious, right?
there. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You feeling all right now?
Yes.
You're not going to throw rocks, are you?
No.
Good. Don't hang around with people that throw rocks either. Okay? Good. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm going to take responsibility for what happened, and I agree with the judge.
My son really suffered. He had a lot of damages.
There's always kids back there throwing rocks out the window.
She did it on purpose. She told me she did it on purpose.
She was just tearful and scared because Devontae actually, she said, was her friend and she didn't mean to hurt him.
She came out the window and she started pouring water.
I heard him scream in the backyard.
That's when I seen Camille in the doorway saying, "I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it."
Everybody was just yelling at me. I didn't even get to see him.
She was saying that she poured boiling water out the window and that she didn't mean to do it on Devontae.
My bed here,
And nice one. Okay, GG. And everyone want to kill me, bro. Okay, last one here. Nice one. This is too bad gameplay by me, bro. Okay. Okay. GG, bad gameplay, bro. Too bad gameplay by me. Okay, guys. So let's go another one round like this one. Okay. So okay. Okay, guys. Too bad. Okay. I am come here for you, bro. Okay. I am come here for you. You know what is you? Okay. So go guys, go. Okay, let's go in this side. And everyone want to kill me. Okay. Nice one, bro. You know what is this gameplay? Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go first. Then I kill everyone. Okay, guys. This is too bad gameplay. Okay. I am come for you, guys. I am come for you. Okay. GG's game, bro. And you know what is GG gameplay? This is my GG gameplay. Okay. So, what are you doing, bro, Bream? Okay. Okay. And too bad by me, bro. This is too bad. Too bad. And same. Okay. Okay, guys. This is not good. But let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Bream, you are Mota Sound. You know what is Mota Sound? Okay. What are you doing, bro? Okay. Okay. Okay, you know that what is the flash? Okay, guys, so let's go in this side. Okay, you know what is this? हाँ शिट अरे मैंने हगा सच में भाई, मैंने हगा यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा हगा. ओके 40 डैमेज है, निकाल पाओ तो. ओके ओके गाइस, दिस इज टू बैड. नाइस वन ब्रो, नाइस वन. ओके दिस इज टू बैड गाइस. ओके ओके GG's. Too bad by me, bro. This is too bad. Okay. So let's go, guys. This time I am playing with the message here. Okay, guys. So let's go. Okay. साले तुझे मैंने बोला था ना दूसरा ले. तो मैं ले रहा था ना. मैं नूब सही साले, तू मारता तो कम से कम. Okay, let's go, guys. This time I want to play with this guy. Okay, I want to. Okay, nice one, bro. Nice one or what? This is too bad by me, bro. This is too bad. Okay, you know what is too bad? Okay, this is too good, bro. You know. GG's or what, guys? GG's match. Okay, my bed is here. Okay, guys, this is my bed. And wait and watch. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, this time I am winning here. Okay, guys, so let's go or what? Okay. So Gecko is a 2 noob, you know that. And okay, guys, everyone killed by us. Okay, Will, you can do it here, bro. You can do it. Oh shit, this is too bad by me, bro. This is too bad gameplay. Okay, This is too bad. Okay. Nice one. Nice one. Okay, guys. Okay, so let's go. In this time, I am playing with Sage in this match again. And let's go, guys, with my Spectre here. Okay. This is my Spectre, guys. So let's go in C side. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's go in A side. And too good, bro. Too good. Well. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. This is too good, bro. You know what is too good? Okay. Okay. This is my good, guys. Okay. This is too good. Arey, shit. Okay. Nice one, guys. Nice, Oman. Okay, GG. Too good or what? Too good, bro. You know what is this Cypher's gameplay? Okay. Okay. You know what is this Cypher gameplay? Okay. So let's go, guys. GG, bro. GG or what? GG, guys. Too better gameplay by me. Okay. ये म्यूट कर दिए सबको. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. And I want to kill everybody. Okay. Okay, guys. This time I am beat by this one. Okay. Okay, this time enemy in A side. Sorry, B side. So that's why I am killing here. Okay. So where are you guys? I want to kill everybody. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay. This is too good. Okay, wait and watch, guys. I want to kill everybody. Okay. Sorry, bhai. Okay, guys. Too bad gameplay by me. So, guys, everyone want to kill me, and okay, let's go or what, guys? This is too good. Guys. And I want to kill this one, and so, guys, that's why I am killing here. Okay, and okay, guys, they killed this one, and everyone want to kill them, but not everyone to kill this guy. Okay, guys, so let's go, and I'm going to in B side again. Okay, guys, so let's go and let's go or what. Okay, guys, so this is my bed here. Okay, guys, so this is my bed here, and everyone want to kill us, but okay, guys, I want to kill this guy. Okay, guys, I want to this guy. Okay, wait and watch, guys. I want to kill everybody. Arey, sorry. Arey, bhai. Hut, guys. This is too bad or what? Too bad gameplay by me. Okay, guys. So, okay. Not a good, bro. Not a good. Okay. Too bad gameplay or what? Okay. So let's go. And let's go. And this is too good gameplay, bro. This is too bad gameplay. Okay. Nice one, bro. Dhila. This is you are too Dhila. Okay. You are too Dhila here. Okay. Okay, nice one, bro. Breach. You can do it here. You know what is this? Gameplay. Okay. I want everybody to kill. Okay, guys. So that's why I am kill this one. Okay. I am using ball here just because I am sage in this match. So let's go. Let's go. And okay, guys. I am going to in another side, guys. First. Okay. This is too good, guys. Okay, guys. I want to kill everybody. Okay, where are you guys? Okay, now everybody want to kill me. Okay, where are you guys? Okay. Oh shit, guys, too bad gameplay by me. This is too bad gameplay by me, guys. Okay, not a good game here, but we lost the every fight. Okay, guys, this is my gaming laptop here, and this is my gaming fan, and Lenovo Log is my gaming laptop. So this is my water bottle, and I am drinking here some water. So let's go, guys. Let's go or what? I want to kill everybody but not able to kill anybody. Okay, guys, so that's why I am not going to this one guy. Okay, guys, so where are you from, guys? I am from UP, and where are you from? Okay, guys, please tell us. I want to kill everybody. Okay, so what are you doing, guys? Maybe say something new, like I am bottom fragger. Okay, so I am the DL player. Okay, you know what is DL? Okay. So let's go, guys. Let's go in Valorant gameplay. Okay, GG game or what? GG game by two bot game. Okay, guys, this time I am taking DL again. So let's go and kill everybody. Okay, guys, so let's go in another one match. This is my fourth match, sorry, and I want to win this, but not able to win this. And this time taking some new thing like DL using utils, all your utils. And this is info. Their DL is a sentinel. Sentinel are defensive expert who can lock down areas and watch flanks, bot on attackers and defenders rounds. Okay, so let's go, guys. Let's go and or what? Okay, guys, so this is my point of view for watching Valorant's gameplay. And Sean, Will, Anshu, Pragochu, and Dave. Okay, guys. Prince live. Amul Masti Dahi. Okay, guys, this is too good. And everyone want to kill me. Okay. So let's go, guys, in another one area. Okay, guys. This is my type of gameplay here. And I want to kill everyone. So let's go or what? मिड संभालो को इधर वॉल करूंगा यार नियन तू संभालेगा इधर मैं मिड वॉल कर दूं मिड वॉल कर रहा हूँ Okay, so let's go on what? Okay, guys, so this is my bed here. Okay, sit. Okay, 90. Cypher 90. Okay guys, so let's go on by Cypher 90 है 90. Nice one bro, nice one. Or this is too good gameplay. Okay guys, so let's go. Where are you Cypher? Where are you? Okay guys, you know where are the Cypher? Okay guys, so let's go in. Okay, and this is too good gameplay by me. You know what is good game? Okay, Neon, I am the best for everyone. Okay guys, so let's go guys. Okay, again I am going to in mid side for doing wall here. So let's go and block the areas. Okay guys, okay, I am here for everyone. Okay, so this is DL's block the chain, and I am blocking the areas. Okay guys, so okay, let's go or what? Let's go guys, let's go. Everyone have the okay, I want to take this one. Okay, I want to take this one guys. Too bad gameplay by me. You know I am the noob here. Too bad gameplay bro. This is too bad for me. Okay, maybe they can't find us. Okay, so let's go in another one round. And where are the enemy? I want to take this match seriously. Okay guys, so don't be rude on my behavior. Okay, so let's go in another one round, and I am taking wall again here. Okay guys, so let's go. This is DL's wall. Okay, so let's go. I'm taking the areas. Okay guys, I want to kill everybody. Okay, let's go or what? Okay, where are you guys? I want to take it seriously. Okay, nice one bro. Too bad. Okay, two bot gameplay like me. Okay, you know what is this gameplay? Okay guys, so let's go another one round. And I am bottom fragger here guys. They carry me every match just because I am noob in this match. Okay, so back to back I am top and down everybody. Okay, so let's go guys. Okay, let's go or what guys? I want to kill everybody guys. Okay, so they don't want to kill me. Okay, अरे मेरा पता नहीं क्या चल रहा है भाई, 2 मैच से बहुत गंदा चल रहा है। अबे साले सही है ना, पिछले में तेरा कौन सा चल रहा था? हगर है ना इस मैच में, मेरा हगर है। अरे ठीक है भाई, ठीक है, ठीक है. This is my time to build everyone. Okay, killed everyone. A, आ जाओ. No guys, no, no. I don't want to go A. Okay, this is my chance. Okay, nice one guys. Nice one or what? Oh shit, holy shit bro. Last player guys. They don't want to kill with him. Okay. Okay, okay, Sage. You try your best. Wait. निकाल लेगा क्या भाई? अकेला छोड़ दिया भाई. 1v4 वाली सिचुएशन आ गई. गलत सीन. Shit. Oh भाई, nice. भाई दिल से बुरा लगा झूठ नहीं. Okay, nice one bro, nice one. Try another one round. Okay guys, so let's go another one round. And GG's game or what guys? So let's go. This is my time to beat everyone. So where are you guys? This is 4 players I have with I am okay. So hello. Match has founded guys. Okay, icebox. This is icebox, guys. So let's go in icebox. This time I am trying to take the soba. Okay, guys, I am trying to take soba. Take sage. Okay, I am taking sage. Okay. Viper.
Hi, what's up?
Hello guys. चाय पी लो.
कैसे हो आप?
मजा में केम छो? Okay guys, so this is the icebox. So let's go guys. भाई बहुत दिन के बाद आइस बॉक्स खेलने आया हूँ. मैं तो वैलो ही बहुत दिन के बाद आया हूँ, लेकिन आइस बॉक्स तो भाई उससे भी पहले टाइम हो गया है. Okay, so let's go guys. This time wait. Okay guys, so wait bye please. Don't kill me. Baby. Okay, let's go. Let's go. This is my time to build every win. Okay. क्या हो गया भाई? रेना और भाई सोबा ऑफलाइन चलेगा क्या? गद्दारी करवे? Okay, let's go. Nice one, bro. Nice one. Nice one, bro. Soba 60 है. Oh shit, bro. Shit.
Sorry, I'm a new player. Sorry.
Okay. हाँ भाई, सिर्फ लोग कौन एग्जिट करता है भाई? Okay guys, so let's go in this round. I want to kill everybody. Okay, so let's go in this side. Nice one guys. GG game guys. This time I am taking the A side. Okay. Nice one bro. Okay, nice one guys. Okay. This is my time to kill everyone. Nice one or what? Okay. No, this is the last one alive. Enemy spotted A. This is the A side. Okay, GG's game or what, guys? This is my gameplay, you know. Guys, this is my gameplay. So let's go in another one round. I want to play with them. Okay. So let's go or what, guys? This is the again I am playing with the many with people. Okay. ये नहीं करना है तो फिर ए पे ही आ जाओ ना सब लोग अलग अलग क्यों जा रहे हो Okay. Nice one, guys. This is the final battle between us. Okay. So this is the final battle, guys. Okay. So let's go. Let's go and take it serious, bro. Okay. This is the end, guys. Where are the enemy? Okay, now this time I want 2 more kills. Okay, so let's go, guys. Okay. When enemy remaining only. Okay, guys, wait and watch. Where are you, bro? I want to kill you. Okay, so let's go. Nice one. Nice one, guys. Nice one or what? Last round to switch, guys. Okay. Everyone want to let's take it serious. हाँ ले लो भाई ले लो. Okay, guys. You say you alt? Nice one, bro. Take it some serious, bro. Okay, nice one.
You want to play? Let's play.
This is my type of gameplay, guys. You know my gameplay. Nice one. Okay, everyone watching me. Nice one, guys. Nice one. Hold up, guys. Hold up, guys. Nice. GG's gameplay or what? GG's or what? So let's go. I want to defend this area. Okay, guys. So let's go. In B side. Okay, guys. So let's go. In B side. I want to take it serious. Some serious. Okay. Okay. I blocked the area first. I can't move the area. Okay, so let's go. but